Hello, and welcome to the Mild and Lazy Guys podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Matt.
I'm Andrew.
And on today's show, we've got a special one for you. We're back with our buddy Alex. You all guys know and love Alex. But we also have a fourth guest in the house, and we'll introduce him in a second. But before we get started, can I please ask you guys to leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and iTunes. You can also follow us there. You can also follow us on Spotify. And while you're at it, follow us on Instagram at Mild and Lazy. You can see some sweet memes that Andrew's been posting. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. What's going on, Andrew?
Oh, not much. I have a very boring life. So
Nothing's changed?
No,
Still
to say
boring?
all I got written down here is dogs had diarrhea last week. So between both dogs having diarrhea and Owen, I've just been cleaning up a lot of shit around the house.
Cool.
Taking care of business.
Very cool.
I accidentally taught Ellie sarcasm the other day, so we just got a lot more sass in the house now.
I feel like you pulled the trigger too soon on that because that comes naturally.
Yeah.
So you just...
I just set it in motion early, but she's starting school. That was another thing, is Ellie starts school at Marvin next month. Pretty sure she's going to Marvin. I don't know. I want like concrete proof that she's going there. We got like a list, but it's like a generic list, for like back to school supplies. Yeah. And we did everything we're supposed to. Like went to this open school and filled out all the paperwork. So she should be going to Marvin, which is right up here, even though y'all don't know where I live, hopefully. And other than that, Owen should be crawling pretty soon. So just gonna be a lot more hectic at the house.
Cool. Yeah.
What about you?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Working.
All right. Till next week.
Thanks for listening. I didn't take any summer classes because just didn't feel like it. So I've just been chilling. I feel like there was more stuff that I had to say like before the mics turned on, but I don't.
No, that's how it goes.
Just,
it's been a long time, but
it's fucking hot. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, two
It's
guys
hot.
that don't have AC will tell you that.
Yeah.
It's hot outside. It's only going to get hotter.
Yeah.
But
Either of y'all have AC?
well, I don't in my work car, and he does it in his personal car.
Yeah.
So when I get off work, I blast it, but I live a mile from work, so it's like
Yeah.
a sweet 3-minute drive, and then I'm home.
Yeah. I don't. I know what Paul Walker felt like at the end of his time because it was just fucking hot.
You love making that Paul Walker joke, man.
It's twice, and I
Twice
blew
today.
my load and said it too early. I should have saved it for the podcast.
Oh, okay. It's a good joke, though, for those who don't know.
When I worked in the restaurant, when somebody wanted their shit like well done, I would write whatever, you'd ring up the ticket in the machine, and then I would write Paul Walker underneath it. Like I would type in Paul Walker, so the kitchen knew it was like extra well done, or like fries extra crispy.
Yeah.
So I'd put extra crispy. I'd put Paul Walker.
You want to hear a joke that my coworker tells me all the time?
Yes.
All right, so they found out that... You want to know how they found out that Paul Walker had dandruff?
They found flakes everywhere.
They found his head and shoulder on the dashboard.
Ooh.
I knew that was too much. I don't even like repeating that, but the way that Matt
So you
enjoys
just
it,
did it on live air.
Awesome.
that's dark, dude. Matt's enjoying it. Though.
I am. I'm
you
here
know
for
what?
it.
I mean, it's not like he was saving orphans in a hospital and died. Like, wasn't he going 90 in like a residential area? I mean,
I don't know about residential.
but it wasn't like a highway.
I don't. Yeah,
It was. I think it
not
was
be.
just like as if you were down like 77 right here.
Yeah, he was going too fast for the road. He was
Too
on.
fast, too furious.
Thank you. Somebody dunked that lava through.
Appreciate that love.
All right, so that was Alex. You heard Alex. Alex, what have you been up to?
Nothing much.
Just making Paul Walker jokes.
I was actually looking up a whole bunch of them earlier when you made the joke through our text thread, but I'll save y'all the other jokes I looked up. Since the last time I've been on, first off, thank y'all for having me back.
Uh-huh.
And then y'all know this, but I traveled and went to Europe. I don't think I spoke about that last time.
That's way cooler.
So that was an experience.
Am I a bad friend that I didn't know that you went to Europe?
Oh no, you're not a bad friend, but I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
Yeah, Alex,
maybe
Where
I'm
did you
a-
go?
maybe I'm
That's
a bad
big
friend.
news. Where did you go in Europe?
The main trip was to Switzerland, but
man.
we flew in to we flew into Switzerland, but our first stop was Paris, and
Yep. Been there.
then we went to Switzerland, spent a bunch of our time there, and then afterwards we went to Rome,
Yep, been there. It's nice.
And then after that, a few of us went to Amsterdam.
Did you partake?
No, I did not. I was sick like almost the entire trip.
That sucks.
It sucks. So like the very first night that we were there, everything was going smooth. We were in Paris, took an Uber back to our hotel, about to catch an early flight the next day to go back to Switzerland. Left my phone on the Uber.
Oh shit.
And then, like, literally the very first day that we were there, so I didn't have a phone the entire trip, which was honestly kind of a blessing in disguise. I'm glad I didn't, like...
Other than taking pictures and, like, GPS, that's all you need it for.
I stole everyone else's photographs, afterwards. Everyone else just kind of took pictures, but, I'm glad I didn't have it, so I didn't, like, look at it the entire time.
I wonder if Uber is, like, a German word. I always picture that being, like, a German...
I'm fairly certain... I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I'm fairly certain it is German.
It does sound German.
Wait...
You know
Continue.
what? Look it up. Well,
Continue.
Moving on.
Oh, and then I was gonna say, and I don't know if it was from that and like stressing out and stuff, but then I had like a sinus infection. Like,
yeah, it sounds like you had a pretty shitty trip then.
I pushed through it though. I feel like Kayla filled me with drugs as much as she could.
That's a good woman.
Yeah, she like stopped at every pharmacy she possibly could so that we could get antibiotics and stuff like that. So to kind of delay the feeling, and I felt sick. Kind of mediocre sick the entire time, and then afterwards I was sick.
As soon as you got back on the plane to America, you got better.
Yeah. So that was a cool experience, but
cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've been over there. It was probably a decade ago, but
you weren't joking. So
no,
you had been
no,
there.
I have been there. Yeah, we went to.
Didn't you get engaged over there?
supposed to. We went to Italy and France, so we landed in Rome, stayed a couple nights in Rome, then went to Milan. Florence. We visited where is Mount Vesuvius? Wherever Mount Vesuvius is.
Cool.
I forget where that's
I'm
at.
not sure.
It's in Europe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we went to Paris,
Across the
Nice,
Yeah.
and Marseille.
Damn, I went to New Hampshire when I was a kid. Longest road trip I ever took. I've never been on a plane, but I went to New Hampshire.
Yeah, so
Dude, the plane flight is not fun.
no, it's like
Going.
10, 11 hours.
Yeah, it's
Defying death and gravity the whole time.
Yeah, I was reading a book on debunking 9/11 myths on the plane. I got some side eyes.
Yeah, it's like a how-to manual. It's like the one book not to read.
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure.
How to overpower a flight marshal.
I'm pretty sure. The air marshal was on my ass the whole time. So, all right. So let me introduce you to our guest. His name is Cisco, and he is a good friend of Alex, now longtime listener and now friend of ours. And I'm sorry, Cisco, but I have to do this. I told my wife I would do this. I've got to do this.
What guys talk about.
He doesn't have the headphones in. I don't know if
You can't hear it. You're going to hear it on the playback. I'm playing the thong song
Check it out.
because you're Cisco. Because I told my wife, Alex's buddy Cisco, and I better stop that so we don't get copyrighted or anything.
Yeah,
but
you got like 7-minute window, or 7-second window.
but
you know he's looking for money right now.
yeah, he's hurting for money.
Yeah,
He's hurting for money. But yeah, I was like, Alex's buddy Cisco, he's listened to podcasts for a long time. He's going to be on. She's like, are you going to play the thong song? And in my head, I was like, it's not even spelled the right way. And I was like, oh, okay. Thong song, Cisco. I was like, yeah, I'll do it for you. So
when I
that
heard
was for the wife.
I went straight to the Cisco Kid. This is way cooler.
So yeah, that was way cooler.
That's what's saved in my phone. Cisco
Yeah.
Kid.
Cisco, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So
Big fan.
how did you get wrapped up with this kid?
What was it? Junior high? High? D44. The trouble bus.
That's what you were
The
just
old
talking
bus
about.
route.
The bus days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Linked up there, and then ever since. I mean, the thing that kind of like bonded us is we were both into skateboarding at the time.
Gotcha.
And we just kind of, grew off of that.
Hung out together
Gotcha.
with that.
So what do you do for work? Or if you want to talk about it, can talk about it.
Yeah, briefly. So I've been in warehousing for years. I'm a distribution supervisor.
Cool.
You know,
How's that OnlyFans going? That's paying the mortgage.
no.
That's how Alex went to Europe.
Yeah.
Feet pics will get you a long
Yeah,
way.
dude, we were just talking about that.
Yeah,
Some
wiggle
dong
them.
That's like a
shots.
whole side income of feet pics. Like, I'd live it up. My feet are angel soft. If people have like an earwax fetish, dude, I produce earwax like fucking China produces everything else.
Cisco's so thankful we couldn't get those earbuds to work.
Those things are nasty. That's what I said. I'll have to wear those. Claire is like has to get a toothpick and like clean those things out. Yeah, dude, it's bad. Well, I got something for you guys. Alex, you get this since your third time. We're running out of things to give you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is this from Ellie?
Yeah. No, that's for me.
No.
Here's your complimentary.
Holy shit.
Coming on, you got the fanny pack, the movie, the stickers, and the Werthers.
Dude, I was
It's like the
actually gonna ask
standard.
you about this movie.
Oh, it's
I've
classic.
been wanting to see this.
Oh, and
Have you never
she wrote
seen
my
it?
name.
Yeah, I had to help her
Let's
spell
go.
that.
Never seen it.
Never seen
You
MacGruber.
got to see it.
But I was like such a big fan of what is that? The Last Man on Earth.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Will Forte.
That was
Yeah.
it was a really good.
Anything Will Forte is good.
Oh yeah, man.
I was
Appreciate
telling,
that.
he was holding Owen before the podcast, and Owen was kind of gripping at his beard. I
Oh,
was
he'll
like,
do it. He'll just rip that
I don't
thing
know if it
off.
was beard or he's going for his throat. You know, I'm not sure how many times.
Man, I'm
how
so
many times
proud to
he's-
hear that, dude. That's my boy.
Nice. King of the Hill.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of random.
Yeah, I've
King of
got
the
some
Hill,
on the computer over
Grateful
here.
Dead, and some. I bought like random packs of stickers, so I just give them out.
All right, Cisco. So that was the Band-Aid. It got ripped off. Don't be afraid.
Oh shit!
So I actually brought you guys something too.
Oh my god,
That's a bottle of Gentleman Jack.
that was unexpected.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Here, we'll make sure that gets properly disposed of.
Yeah, maybe after the pod we'll all take a shot, celebratory shot. All right, so that was Band-Aid. No more nerves. Now we're just boys chilling.
Just 4 sweaty guys in a room together.
yeah, talking, hanging
It's the
out.
hottest room in the house, dude.
Talking feet pick.
Yeah, talking feet pics.
You seen
All right.
jujitsu feet?
What?
Have you seen jujitsu feet?
No shit.
Dude, they're
Or
gnar-
like hands?
They're gnarly.
Dude, my like ever since starting jujitsu, like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and my hands are just like closing and like cramped
cramping,
up,
yeah.
super
Is it
painful.
Early onset, like rigor mortis or something.
Well, it's just you're grabbing the gis and you're holding on for dear life, and it's like you just don't realize like the sort of damage you're doing to your ligaments and stuff. I'm assuming.
Man.
But yeah, after you do it for so long, man, you gotta look up. Some of their fingers are just all twisted.
Ew.
Looks like
Arthritis. Looks like arthritis.
yeah.
At the age of 30.
That sucks.
But
So-
it happens to feet too. Happens
Yeah.
to their toes and stuff.
Yeah, you'll get some gnarly
Oh, that's
feet.
bad, dude.
So you brought up jiu-jitsu. So is that kind of a passion hobby for you? Do you do
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So martial arts has always been my my hobby, or just combat sports in general.
Yeah.
So kind of the movie review that we're doing, Bloodsport, that's what kind of like sparked it for me when I was a kid.
Okay.
So that kind of got me into martial arts, and then it helped that my school offered it.
But Red Oak?
No. Before I came to Red Oak, I went to Dallas Public Schools.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
So yeah.
Hey, that was like mandatory there, so you could fight pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Then
you
you
can
come
fight
to
for
Red
your
Oak, like,
life.
hey, you want to play volleyball?
That's something I wish I would have gotten into. Just I don't think I would have excelled at it because I was I was sticking.
appreciate
I was
the
like
honesty.
sticking ball, like traditional. I played baseball, football, soccer
Right.
growing up. I just wish I had it from the discipline side because that's
Yeah.
one thing I respect about. Because we had Landry in karate for a month before he was like, "Yeah, Dad, this is." I thought I was beating people up. We're just over here doing moves.
He saw 3 ninjas and was like, yep,
Dude,
that's
he
me.
really did. He thought he was going to learn how to fight, but karate is
It's like
not,
a long process.
Okay, I'm glad I have you here. So karate, my grasp of it in that month is it's not so much combat as they're just teaching them because we would come in and some days the advanced class would be wrapping up
Yeah.
and like they weren't even fighting. Like it's just like it seems like they're teaching a routine for judges and it's all about
Yeah.
like your placement, like how crisp your moves are. And Landry, once he was having to do that, I was like, no, I thought I was going to whoop ass. No. So is karate like, it's not a recognized discipline, is it? Like,
There are some like the full contact karate, but I mean that's like the high level.
yeah.
But I mean like the drills that they're teaching, I got a big problem with that just because like when they throw their punch, it's fully extended, but you get the most power of your punch when it's not fully extended in your arm.
It's like a swing in baseball. Like
Yeah.
you're not full power at the end of or a golf swing or a baseball swing. Your power's in that mid,
Yeah.
like right there, that sweet spot, like as you're coming through. So I get it, but it just, I didn't think he would get much out of it. And once he found out there was like no contact, he's like, yeah, Dad, I'm out.
He's like, I'm only here to kick ass.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And it just seemed like the kids, they were like all nerdy and fat. And I'm like, karate kids aren't cool. Like, and like when you're watching a UFC fight, like their discipline is like judo or
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu or
Yeah, it's not karate.
kickboxing. Like you never see, his specialty is karate. So I didn't know if that was like in the realm. Like, was that a recognized, like respected like
Yeah,
I guess
there-
discipline.
There are some like Stephen Thompson's a good example.
I thought you were going to say Steven Seagal for a second.
No.
I was gonna
Like right on.
I was going to
Chuck Norris.
Steven Seagal, very recognized. All right, man. Sorry, keep going.
You're good, but you have to have that full contact. You got to have that muscle
Yeah.
memory, that reflex.
But I did like the respect part of it, like or
Yeah.
the discipline part of it, because even the youngest kids, they were like, "You don't step on the mat until you bow. You don't walk on this area. When you come in, make sure your gi and your suit. I think they call it a gi as well in karate. Make your belt's tied right. So I did like that part of it, but. My son, he's 7. He was like, "Dad, I thought we were going to whoop people, so I'm out."
That's probably a common misconception for 7-year-old boys.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it too for a minute when we still lived in Lancaster, and then I basically had to choose between that and baseball, and I was like, I get more enjoyment out of baseball because it wasn't what I expected either.
Not only that, then they tell you not to use it unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
the other
no,
thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it like violence is only like a last resort? Like only use it as like self-defense?
Yeah, but I've seen like TikToks and stuff of guys that are either like ex-MMA fighters or like SEALs or whatever. They're like, dude, if somebody tries to mess with me in the street or in a bar, like my last resort is fighting. Like I'm gonna turn and walk away because
yeah, absolutely.
nothing good can come of a street fight. Because say you hit a dude and he falls and he cracks his head open, turns out you kill him. Like nothing good comes from like proving. Like
Well, I think you just saying that proving they don't have anything. Once you know you can kick someone's ass,
Yeah.
you don't have to prove it to anybody.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that in the confidence in some of the higher belts in the school that I'm at, and it's just exactly. You just don't feel the need to prove that to anybody or yourself. For that
Well, I get
matter.
that. I mean, y'all know I played soccer. Like after high school and college, like I would play in these like men's league, like indoor leagues and outdoor leagues, and like just Sunday like beer leagues. You'd have guys out there that are playing like it's the World Cup, and like I'm like, guys, I've kind of done this like for stakes, like
Yeah.
for things that matter. Like I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm not gonna come out here and like
Bust up your knee.
Yeah, I'm not out here to hurt people or fight. Like
It'd be fun,
this may
though.
be your World Cup, but I mean, I played at a little bit higher level than probably most of you. So, but you get those guys and they're out to prove something, and they're at, like scouts are in the stands. I'm like,
No, man. I was gonna
I've
say,
been here, done that. Like that's not.
go
That's
to
not
that,
it.
Go to that sports complex here in town and act like you're a scout watching these guys play softball because they'll get fucking into it as if scouts are really.
We should do that. Like we should
bring some beer and like a fake,
We should do a remote pod. We should have like polos and notepads, and I should bring a gun, and we should just troll people all night.
radar gun. By the way,
Yeah,
That's a
radar gun. That was what we were looking for.
That was-
All right, cool. So, yeah, let's get into it.
what are we getting into? Mount
We're
Rushmore.
gonna get no.
Nope.
You already forgot the order. We're going junk mail, son.
I didn't know that was the
We're
order.
going junk mail.
Oh, hold up.
All right, our first story. Headline reads: Football fan, English or
I was gonna say
not American football, proper football.
soccer.
Football fan. Don't say that.
Thanks, Alex.
Don't say that. Football fan ended up sleeping on the streets of Italy for 10 years after traveling to watch his team play Inter Milan and getting lost after the game. A football fan ended up sleeping on the street for more than 10 years after getting lost at the end of the match. Swiss man Rolf Bantel, 71, had traveled to Italy to watch his team FC Basel play Inter Milan in 2004. But after going to the toilet in the stadium, he became disoriented and could not find his friends. He stayed in Milan for more than a decade because he had no commitments and enjoyed the freedom of living on the street, he told Switzerland's Sonntag newspaper. He had only returned home after falling and breaking his femur, and hospital workers spotted that he had no health insurance and contacted the Swiss consulate. Mr. Bantel is now living in a retirement home in Basel, where his remarkable story has finally emerged. Let's see. Mr. Bantel, who is a resident of the group home in, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, had been on a day trip to watch FC Basel play Inter Milan at the San Siro Stadium on August 24th, 2004, but he was reported missing after losing his way at the end of the Champions League qualifying game, which his team lost 4-1. He said, "Suddenly I was in a different sector. I had about €20 in my pocket and no phone, so I wandered into Milan. People gave me food and cigarettes, and one student offered me a sleeping bag. He took showers once a week in a public washroom and frequently visited the local library, he told the newspaper. He had no relatives until they had been living in a rehabilitation center due to heavy drinking, he said. He added, there was for me no longer any reason to go home. I enjoyed the freedom of Milan. He has now been treated at the Basel Hospital and is living in a retirement home paid for by the Swiss state, he said. He told the newspaper, he said, I like it here. 10 years is enough, and I feel good now. So, when I first read this story, it had a picture of him sitting next to a woman, and it says, man gets lost after football match and returns home after 10 years, wife not buying it. And I was like, oh, shit, that's a juicy story. Like, what does the wife think? And then turns out he's got no wife.
Turns out he's just living the dream.
Turns out he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, just wander the streets.
Extend this vacation.
Probably beautiful out there.
Milan is one of the cleaner cities I've visited in Italy. And I've been to the San Siro.
Italy is, by the way, like, that means something because Italy streets, they can get disgusting.
They're dirty.
Yeah,
Rome was dirty as fuck.
Yes.
To me, Rome was dirty.
No, I agree. I had the same experience.
Rome was dirty. I couldn't believe, like, all these beautiful, like, ancient buildings had graffiti on them. Like, I couldn't believe that.
There's a lot of graffiti over there.
Yeah. But I've been to the San Siro, and something like that almost happened to me because I traveled to my girlfriend and her mom went to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and I was like, fuck that. It's stupid Leaning Tower.
Such an American take. Fuck that tower.
I'm going to go watch
We had two. They're down.
Oh, that was a good one.
I appreciate it.
That was a good one. I was like, I'm going to go watch a football match because I can't come to Europe as a soccer fan and not go see a game. So I go to the game, and on the way out, it's chaos. And you get turned around, it's dark, you don't know your way around.
Yeah.
I got the last train back to my hotel, and I was sprinting across like 5 streets to get there, and I was scared. So I could see how.
Yeah, I can see how that happens.
I can see how it happens. But yeah, so good old Rolf, he's back home living the dream.
He was living the dream. Yeah, now he's living it up again, like free on the Swiss taxpayers.
All right, so next headline. Quote, headline reads, quote, I would have killed someone sooner if I knew I was going to get McDonald's, girl told police after sister's death. Quote, ooh, McDonald's, I would have killed someone sooner if I knew I was going to get McDonald's. That's what 14-year-old Claire Miller said when police brought her breakfast hours after she was accused of fatally stabbing her 19-year-old disabled sister, Helen, on February 22nd, 2021. Martin testified Tuesday in Lancaster County Court that Claire was silent and did not appear distraught, sad, or upset while he watched her in a juvenile detention center. But she spoke up when she heard a text notification from his cell phone that played the 1978 Halloween horror movie theme, he said. She began talking about her interest in horror movies, including the classic John Carpenter film that tells the story of Michael Myers, a child who kills his older sister on Halloween night with a knife. She said, I, Michael Myers, my sister. Claire, now 16, accused of killing her sleeping older sister in her sister's bed with a kitchen knife in their family home in Mannheim Township. The teenager has been in court this week for a hearing that will determine if she will continue to face homicide charge in adult court. So, yeah, she's a psychopath.
Yeah, it's the first thing I was thinking. What a fucking psycho.
Lock her up.
Yep. Claire's attorney, Robert Byer, needs to prove it is in the public's interest that she needs to be rehabilitated. Byer spent all day Monday and Tuesday morning introducing testimony from psychiatrists, Claire's parents, and a school official to support that point. And anything else important?
If you describe her older sister, she was 14, sister was 19 when she killed.
Yeah, and disabled.
Which is pretty fucked up, too.
It's fucked up.
If you describe killing someone as Mike Myers you're going to jail.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, there's no way the normal person uses that as an adjective.
Yeah, there's no. Talking your way out of that.
Nope, you gone.
But it says there's precedent. 13-year-old boy was charged with homicide in Franklin County last year after being accused of fatally shooting his 9-year-old brother in the head after a disagreement over a game.
That's fucked.
That's fucked, dude. You gotta take care of your kids, man.
You need to hide those guns too. Apparently, he just got mad and went and grabbed a gun or something.
Fucking had your kids, had your wives. All right. So I wanted to get y'all's take on this because I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. That's my time killer. It's what I do at work. So there was a video that went around. I'm gonna play the audio. and y'all let me know what you think. Hopefully this works.
So people can see how he really is. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up?
All right, so let me tell y'all. So
I've seen this, by the way. So
okay, so dude's got a kid with a woman. She has 2 or 3 other kids that aren't his with different baby daddies.
Yeah.
He is bringing food for his son. So that's a little context for, since you've heard it, you want to give him the...
Yeah. So you listen to this.
All right, here we go.
Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
You count spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with? That's the one you gonna
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
so that means
Yeah.
I take care of them.
So don't.
Where's
No,
that-
I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th.
Your babies.
Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kids as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel the way about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Send him down
room.
to the car. He ain't even got to eat for his brothers and sisters. He can come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Done.
She threw it.
He ain't eating
Oh,
it.
what?
And the food.
You.
Why would you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids. You stupid. Selfish as a like you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna.
All right. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about that?
I feel bad for the kid. Well, all the kids, really, but that woman's completely wrong for thinking that one dad needs to bring enough food for everybody.
I like how she thinks she's exposing him.
Yeah, she thinks she's on the right side here.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
She
She's
got-
the one who's right.
She got fucking drug for this. She got drug. Rightly
She
so.
should.
Rightly so. She got drug. This is why marriage rights are going down in the generations below us, younger than us, because there's a lot more of that than we know.
That's probably every day something like
It's
that.
every day. I don't want to deal with that. Those kids aren't my responsibility. And the gall and the audacity for that lady to say what she said
And then post it.
and then post it.
She thought she was going to get all kinds of support and sympathy. Yeah, she got
That's
tore
just
up.
crazy to me, man. The world.
I didn't see the video. Was the kid like standing there the whole time?
No, she came down. It's kind of in an apartment. It looks like a big, apartment building.
I guess
She
that's
came
one
down
good thing is
and
it wasn't
met
in
him
front
at
of
the
the
door.
kids.
Met him at the door, but she said they're all finna starve.
What the fuck?
So
She gets food stamps on the 11th.
that's another thing. Like you
So
can't
it's gotta-
manage your fucking food
Yeah, I
stamps.
was going to say, you probably, I don't know what amount you get, but it's probably $400 every other
than
2
that.
weeks. Was
For
it every?
4 kids?
Yeah.
Shit, she's probably getting.
Dude, I'd be eating so
1,200?
good. I'd be eating so good. You can just get like all the steaks you want, like the best beef.
And then some of the stores they accept EBT for like I think cigarettes and all kinds of shit.
I
nowadays.
didn't think it was that. Maybe they amended it, but yeah, before it wasn't like basically
could be-
candy, cigarettes.
I could be
beer.
wrong, but I think they accept EBT for all kinds of shit now. But just the audacity of people, like that man's taking.
Yeah, just her. She has. There's a good guy that's actually bringing.
Yeah, the one good dad that they probably have. Yeah,
Well, you couldn't hear her because she was screaming and yelling. But he's like, "Where are their fathers?
Yeah,
good question.
Where are these guys at?"
great point.
Yeah, he's probably just dropping them off. Made sure he probably didn't eat all day. Like here.
And
He
did
probably had like a 30-minute break, and he just wanted to eat with his kid. Yeah, that sucks.
Did you see all like in the parody videos of that? It was like me giving my son his PS5 in front of his baby mama and the other 3 kids, and it's like kids screaming in the background and the kid all happy playing a PS5. There was a bunch of videos like that.
Yeah, I would be damned if I let that food hit the ground. By the way, like
No, she snatched it from him, and he kind of took a step back, and she threw the drink this way and the bag of food this way. Drink in
Damn,
the
you
street.
know what sucks is that I don't know, but I'm just gonna guess that was probably like a one-night stand or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Probably like he probably obviously loves his kid, but he's like that bitch is fucking
Well, what's
crazy.
cool about
He's tied
that-
to her for life.
What's cool about that is that video's out there. I would be getting a lawyer. I'd
that's
go
what
get
I
my
was about to
fucking
say
kid.
myself.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
would
right.
go
He should get full
I'd go
custody.
get my
Hell
fucking
yeah.
kid. You're like, look at what he's living with. look what I'm dealing with.
Get some of them food stamps too. We'd say we're eating good, brother.
You know, when I worked at the restaurant, I worked with a lot of kids. I was like, guys, it's really important, like, who you come in and who you let come inside you, because that will determine the rest of your fucking life. I didn't put it in that
Wise
terms.
words.
I didn't put it in those terms. I was like, it's important to, you know, choose wisely who you decide to marry and
That's who I was
settle
gonna
down with.
have the talk with Landry here. Just be careful who you done inside, okay,
Landry,
son?
I will be that way and be like, bro, you need to choose wisely, because that that could
Show
be
him that
you.
video.
That could be you real easy.
Yeah.
That could be you real easy. So that's just wild to me. So I wanted to bring that up, and we don't utilize the audio capability that we have.
No.
This is
enough.
working really well. I don't.
Yeah, we don't use it enough. So
The one about the chicken nuggets, though, that was the best.
chicken nuggets.
About our chicken tenders not being chicken wings or something like that. Remember that guy made a city council?
Oh yeah,
Went to the meeting.
He went to the city council.
That's
and
where it
talked
all
about
started.
boneless
wings not being chicken wings. Yeah,
and he
He's
had
got
it
a great
laid
point.
out. He had it laid out perfectly.
He wore like a tie
And a suit.
He was real serious. I was like, bro's got a great point.
And what the best part was is his dad was on the council, so he had to sit there and he did it in front of his dad.
Yeah, and somebody snickered, and he's like, "Let the man speak, okay? Just
Yeah, let the man speak.
let him speak."
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of it for news. So let's move on to Mount Rushmore, and in honor, we kind of tailor our Mount Rushmores around our guests. So Cisco, he's a big fight fan, combat sports fan. So it's a two-parter again. So we're gonna do our favorite fighters, could be boxers, could be MMA, and our favorite comics. What
Yeah.
do we say? Stand up, dead or alive, didn't matter.
Yep.
Like kind of the rules we're playing by. Okay, here's how we're gonna do it. Cisco, I'm not a big fight fan. I'm just gonna give the dudes that I find entertaining. I don't know if they're good. I don't know anything, so I'm gonna just ramble off my list. We're not gonna go one by one like usual. I'm gonna ramble off my list, and then you can kind of tell me, yeah, that was a good list, or this guy sucks, or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
sure.
All right. So let me pull up my list. Pull up my list. Andrew, you got yours? You want to go real quick?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Actually, I got it. All right. So first one, Patty the Batty Pimblett.
Patty the Baddie.
Fresh blood.
Never heard of him. That's a
I like
great
Patty.
name.
I like Patty. He's really good.
Okay,
Really good.
so he
Up-and-coming star. I mean, great jiu-jitsu game. Working on the striking a little bit. I mean, his head movement lacks, but I mean,
okay. So
good
Is
solid.
he so fat right now? Because
what I've known,
He's
what,
in the weight cut.
what I've known about him is like, or what I've learned, because he's on Barstool a lot, and like after a fight, he's gonna fucking eat. But then when it
I love that about him.
yeah,
by the
me
way.
too. And I just like that he's from Liverpool, and you can barely fucking understand him, and he's just got that swag. Like somebody was talking shit to him, and he was like, "Fucking come get it."
Yeah.
He's like, I forget who it was, but he's like, "Fucking come get it." He's like, "I'm not scared of you." But Patty the Batty, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Sugar Sean, yeah. So I want to say it was this past weekend. It was
Yeah.
like his first real test. He was fighting a ranked guy.
Didn't he get beat?
It got no contest.
Okay.
Eye
It was
poke.
a eye poke. Yeah.
Supposedly.
So my one boxer,
Allegedly.
he's a local guy, Errol Spence Jr.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that
Errol
guy.
Spence,
Yeah.
He needs to stay out of Ferraris, but Errol
I
Spence.
can't believe he survived. Did you see that video?
Yeah, dude. Like
That-
he
it
flipped
looked
on the
like he
roof.
fucking
Dude,
died.
he flipped on the roof, and you just see sparks. Like
Even
going-
when it was like skidding across, it
Yeah.
was going 60 across
Yeah.
the frame. And that was like when it was upside down, almost on fire.
yeah, but
that's wild.
Sean O'Malley, he's got swag. Like
Yeah.
he just seems like he's up for whatever. Like he'll fight, whoever. He doesn't back down.
Yeah, I just wish the fight could have been drawn out a little bit more besides the eye poke, just to kind of really see like what he's made of to go into
Yeah.
a ranked person.
Yeah, Errol Spence, and then my last guy. I didn't know how to spell his last name, so I just wrote Stylebender, Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's great.
And then a couple of honorable mentions, Francis Ngannou, just because that dude's got
He's terrorized. I mean,
he's got
terrifying.
unreal power.
Yeah.
And then I watched Jackass 4, and he hit Dave England, I think, in the fucking nuts. They did a cup check,
God damn.
and they told Dave England that it was a lightweight, and then
Yeah.
fucking Francis Ngannou walks around the corner. Dude, you should have seen, like, you could see the tear in his face. He's like, "You said it was a lightweight," and fucking Francis Ngannou was just walking up to him, hits him as hard as he could in the fucking nuts. But yeah, so a couple of those honorable mentions.
They said like his punch is like, I forgot what year they said it was, but it was like we'll just say it, like a 1990 Ford Escort going like full speed.
So
I like that unit of measurement.
any dude that's like got unreal like ability like that, like just at any second, it just could
That's why I
lights
just take
out.
one punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get that one ready to
So
punch.
Francis Ngannou,
His story is even better. Coming from like the coal mines.
wasn't he in like Ivory Coast or something? Or Congo, and he was just
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, working. So from what I heard, he made the journey but got deported, and then made the journey again. But just the challenges that he had, like getting robbed and all these other crazy things. Yeah, it was a real struggle.
So yeah, those are my 4 or 5-ish.
I feel like that list is pretty solid, man.
Yeah.
I
makes
just
sense.
dude. Errol Spence, he's low. He's from DeSoto.
Yeah.
So that was easy. I just don't. I'm not a big enough fan to fork out the money. Now, if something's going on, my brother buys it because my brother's into it.
Yeah.
I'll go and watch, but I'm not a big enough fan to pay the money. And then the free fights that they have on Fox, like what is it, Fox Fight Night or something?
Yeah, the fight nights.
Those aren't. I mean, I like watching. I guess I'm not a bandwagon fan, but I watch like just the big fights like that. Those are the ones that would interest me. So
That just reminds me of a whole bit Hannibal Buress did about boxing, where they're like, yeah, I'm gonna whoop your ass in August, but first I'm gonna get in really good shape. I'm gonna take a lot of pictures with you. And he's like, I like watching street fights. We're at the taco bar. Oh shit, titties out. He's like, we wilded tonight. They just love to add the difference between professional fighting and amateur, like
It's true.
drunk fighting at 3 in the morning. He's like, I'm more of a drunk fighter in the morning. I'm that style too. I watch like a lot of fight porn. Is it my turn?
it's your turn.
Okay. I don't know how to say a lot of these guys' names, but it's Vitaly Klitschko.
Oh, Klitschko. What was
I love those brothers.
Dr. Steelhands?
That's a great name.
That's a cool fucking name.
Awesome
Something like
nickname.
that.
Yeah. I like on here, obviously they're both badass brothers, fighters, but one of them's he was the mayor of Kyiv. He was on the head of the Kyiv city-state administration and member of the Ukrainian parliament.
Yeah, he was like a heavyweight champion, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go fight."
Yeah,
this
he
war.
retired. So what was it? One brother was 45-2-1 with 41 knockouts, and then the other brother looks like Vladimir, but it's like done with a W. It's his brother. He went 64-5. So that's 2 right there because I don't know much about boxing either. What else I got? Oh, one of the guys I really liked growing up. I guess I was like too late for the Mike Tyson era, and it was like nobody really filled those shoes. So for me, it was Lennox Lewis. I don't know why I was a big Lennox Lewis fan
yeah.
growing up.
Lennox
He was like
Lewis was a beast.
that big British dude, like the British Bulldog. He's 42-2-1, 3-time heavyweight champ. He was the 2-time linear champ. What the hell does that mean?
Those are like those, like Ring magazine titles.
And
They're-
WBO, like a crossover or something?
So like there's like different organizations like WBO, IBF, IBO,
Yeah.
like. So like, to me, the WBO, like that green belt that everybody holds, that's like the belt.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just different organizations.
But does that mean like he held one of each at a certain time, like the WBO and the IBF?
yeah,
And it's almost like they lined them up. Is that why they're linear? Because he like had them all.
yeah. There's like undisputed, and there's
Right.
Yeah,
It also said he was the last heavyweight to hold the undisputed championship, and he beat Mike Tyson. So yeah, growing up, I was like a big Lennox Lewis fan. So that's one. Had the 2 brothers, and then one of y'all told me about him. That fucking Russian guy, Khabib.
yeah.
Any guy that trains with a bear makes my list. As a child,
Yeah.
like training with a bear, when I was like, "What's his name again?" Yeah, that's my guy. So that's the one, and he retired, right?
Yep.
I said he was
Yeah.
29-0.
Yeah,
He had 8 knockouts, 11 submissions, and 10 decisions.
His dad passed away.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
He hung it up.
Didn't he beat up McGregor
Yeah,
right
he
before?
did. Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
bitch. What a bitch. That's my guy, Khabib. Honorable mentions. I got Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King.
Yeah.
Was he like
His-
6'9"?
His story is fucking cool.
Yeah.
His
He's such a
story is
cool guy,
real
too.
cool.
He's a really seems like a laid back guy for like such a gentle giant.
What's his story? I don't know it
Like he was a champion, right? And then
Yeah, was
he
a champion.
got
drugs and alcohol.
drugs and alcohol, got really fat, he got really depressed, close to suicide, pulled himself out, got in really fucking good shape, and now he's been on the run. That led up to the run he's on now.
Wasn't he a bare knuckle boxer before all this?
Shit, probably.
It reminds me of the guy from Snatch, you know, that Brad
Yeah.
Pitt character.
Yeah, I'm
like-
not too positive of that one.
Oh, well, he probably was. He's the kind of guy.
All I know is his brother bitched out fighting fucking Logan Paul. or
Yeah.
whatever.
I saw
whatever
that. Yeah,
the
he
good
like
Paul
ghosted him.
is.
Yeah, he ghosted
Yeah, I
him.
don't know which Paul.
They wanted him to come like to England to fight,
And then he was supposed to come here, and then he fucking something happened. He bitched out, or I don't know, got held up at customs, turned away.
I
I
think
don't know.
Eddie Hearn just doesn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's probably that's what I
he's the
thought.
promoter. He's just like, that's one of his fighters.
Well, and for the Paul guy, it's a win-win. Because if he loses, he'll say, "Well, that guy's he's a professional." If he wins, he beat a professional. The other guy's got nothing to gain. He's either going to beat his ass, and they're going to go, "Well, you should have beaten his ass," or he'll lose and he'll never fight again.
And then 2 questions before you move on to y'all's list.
I got
So
one.
just so I don't forget.
Yeah.
So what happened to Connor? Did age catch up with him? Did he focus more on the fame and the money and the whiskey?
Oh, yeah.
Because at one time,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I thought there was never going to be anything bigger.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe John Jones if he had his fucking shit straight. But I just thought this guy's untouchable. Like, he is the biggest thing to ever come out, that ever will come out of MMA.
Yeah.
And then it's loss, and then big gaps.
Yeah, I think
and
he got
then-
more focused on fame and money than
Yeah,
training.
I just don't know. But then Dana White holds him in such high regard. Like,
Because he
he'll
gave
give
him a shitload of money.
yeah, he's still such a draw.
Yeah, it's all about money.
And
it
then-
wasn't his whole persona about just like because before he wasn't like that person, right? He used to be
Yeah.
more timid or calm, and then he was like, "Oh, I can make more money by being a belligerent asshole and punching people."
Well, some of
outside
them,
of the
some
ring.
of them do take on a little bit of a wrestling thing where they do have
Like a heel.
who's that guy, Colby Covington? Like he's real big into the MAGA stuff, just because he knows it's
Yeah.
going to draw attention and
Which
it's
is
going to
very smart.
Yeah, it's
put a
gonna-
spotlight on you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to put a spotlight. But
Yeah,
I just didn't know from somebody who follows it real close, like how did the fall happen?
So that one, I believe it. Just he passed his prime. That's kind of where
You can pass your prime,
yeah.
but you're like in your 20s in that sport, though, right?
Yeah.
I think that's just it. I
He's
mean,
still probably our age
the
or
sport,
younger.
it's constantly evolving, and his star just fizzled. I mean, you can't keep up with these young. I mean, these people are younger. They're more hungry. I mean,
I think that
and it's evolving.
your comment about them being more hungry, I think, is the biggest.
Was it the Mazdaval fight that kind of broke the spirit?
Oh, I remember that guy. I like that guy, too. He talked a lot of shit, didn't he?
Well, Conor didn't fight,
Masvidal.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, the Khabib. I'm sorry. The Khabib.
Well, yeah.
Was it the
That's
Khabib
my
fight that kind of just broke the will?
So I want to say, didn't he lose before Khabib?
Yeah.
He lost before
he lost
Khabib.
several, didn't he? He kind of, like Matt said, just kind of started taking some L's.
There at the
he
end.
broke his leg in one fight.
Yeah.
That just
Fought Mayweather, though, and made probably $100 million.
Oh, he made more than
Oh, yeah.
that.
So after that, wouldn't you be like, maybe I shouldn't get my face punched in anymore?
Yeah, maybe.
Supposedly there's another fight in the works with Mayweather and McGregor for 160 million.
That's crazy.
Okay, so
That's the one pay-per-view I actually ever ordered.
So
You want me to go?
Hey, I still got an
got-
honorable mention, dude.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Last one. Billy Conn, my dad's namesake. You ever heard of him?
Uh-uh.
No.
Oh, bro. 63, 11, and 1. Inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990. Says in 1941, so he's old school, right? Conn gave up his World Light Heavyweight Championship to challenge World Heavyweight Champion Joe Louis. Conn attempted to become the first World Light Heavyweight Champion in boxing history to win the World Heavyweight Championship when he met Louis on June 18th that year. And incredibly to do so, he didn't put on any weight. The fight became part of boxing lore because Conn held a secure lead on the scorecard leading to the 13th round. According to many experts and fans who watched the fight, Conn was outmaneuvering Louis up to that point. In a move that Conn would regret for the rest of his life, he tried to go for the knockout in the 13th round and instead ended up losing the fight by a knockout in the same round. 10 minutes after the fight, Conn told reporters, "I lost my head and $1 million." When asked by a reporter why he went for the knockout, Conn replied famously, "What's the use of being Irish if you can't be thick?" That's it. Just a great line. He could have won the fight. It was like Notorious. Joe Louis, big badass heavyweight, and this little scrappy dude had him beat in points, but he had to go for the knockout. Ended up getting his ass knocked out anyways.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like ego gets in the way.
Yeah, that's
When you're
exactly what it
winning-
was.
when
His
you're winning the
ego.
fight, yeah.
They would have said, "You're going to beat this guy on the card." And he's like, "Fuck that. I'm going to knock this giant person out." And he ended up getting his ass on the mat. But yeah, that's my dad's name too. So I always thought that was cool.
That is cool. I'd throw in a namesake if there was.
All right,
If
that's
there
what I'm
was
saying.
one.
Did you just find that Googling or?
I've always known
Oh,
that.
you always know. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I thought that was my granddad for a long time. Turns out he's from Pittsburgh. No relation. But very cool.
Nice.
You had some. What were the questions you had?
I guess which one's the good one? Jake, or Logan Paul? The Fault Mayweather that's got.
Oh, so well, Jake, he's the more, I guess, successful boxer.
Okay, so
he has the unbeaten record, and he's knocking out UFC.
Are they both doing it?
Like,
But Logan's
They're both
the one
doing
that
it.
fought
But
Mayweather.
one's better.
Yeah.
Logan,
Yeah.
the older brother, is the one that fought Mayweather. And
Okay.
Jake is the one that's like actually seems
Okay,
decent at fighting.
So what's your opinion? Because we're gonna
Bro, are they gonna fight each other?
yeah,
I
that's
think
that's been
that's-
talked about.
I think that's
Oh
the
man,
build-up
that'd be
to this,
great.
too.
That's
I'd
been
pay for
talked
that.
about.
I'd invite myself over to y'all's house for that.
Because we're going to talk about comedians here, and this is kind of a crossover because he's a former UFC guy that's a comedian. But do you know Brendan Schaub?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of opinions around Brendan Schaub, but Brendan Schaub was like, the kid has talent. Like you can see it.
Yeah.
Like he's got all the money in the world to train just as good as anybody else. My thing is okay, yeah, you're knocking out Ben Askren, who isn't a striker. You're knocking out. What, did he knock out Nate Robinson?
yeah.
I do remember that meme. That was beautiful.
Yeah. It was
A lot of good
with
memes
his
for that.
fucking ass cheeks
He,
all puckered
he
and his
just
fucking
knocked,
shorts.
Like, put him to sleep.
What does he have to do to be legitimate? Because fighting MMA guys that aren't strikers, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Fighting, could he not fight not an amateur boxer, but maybe like a lower ranked boxer, so there's somewhat of an even ground? Like, do you think he's legitimate? What's your opinion on him? Is it a show?
He has skills. I mean, there were certain things that I saw in that fight, what he did with Woodley, like trapping and, kind of setting him up a little bit. But, yeah, I think that Tommy Fury, I mean, Eddie Hearn's already setting it up to where he's already saying that, Tommy Fury's not that great. So if he does lose, he's like, well, he wasn't a good boxer. Yeah, you gotta give him somebody who's young and gritty too, in the same weight class. Because I mean, everybody he's been fighting have been smaller guys.
Yeah. So that Woodley fight, wasn't there controversy? Like Woodley tipped him off to like wasn't there something with like the hands or the glove or something that he tipped him off to?
There's a weird angle of where it looks like Jake gives him a signal, and then Woodley drops his hands and just takes the punch. It's a legitimate knockout, but it looked like it may have been set up to happen.
Okay. So
He probably got a nice bonus after that.
Well, I'm sure he
Yeah,
did.
and then obviously they're talking a lot of shit beforehand, and then they're friends because he made Woodley a lot of money with that fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The video looked very
Because I thought that was the fight
suspicious.
that was going to expose him. I was like, Tyrone Woodley, he can scrap. He's got skins on the wall. He's got, he's done it. So I thought that was going to be the fight that kind of leveled him out or exposed him. But then you get that controversy with the signal and the eating the punch.
And that may just be coincidental, but
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's kind of weird that I saw. I don't know how Cisco feels, but
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of a striker that can stand with him that's not too small. It seems like all the guys that have really good hands in the UFC are a lot tinier.
I feel like Sugar Sean.
Sugar Shane Mosley?
No, not Sugar Shane
Sean
Mosley.
O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley. I think that's a dude that would fuck it, I'll fight him. I'll whoop
Yeah,
his ass too.
But Dana won't let, right?
Yeah.
No,
Right?
no.
That's
What if the
yeah.
He's
Undertaker got
210.
him?
He fights at 135.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
I think there's they're about to have the first UFC event on national television on ABC is what I've been hearing, and Sugar Sean is I think one of the key attractions to that. Dana's trying to pimp this guy out for all he's worth. So
Yeah.
he doesn't.
I gotta
He doesn't
see
want.
this
He
guy.
doesn't want him.
He's dude.
Rainbow hair.
He's got rainbow.
Is he really skinny? I saw
Yeah.
one guy talking shit to him, and he was. Is it
rainbow
cornrows?
cornrows.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Yeah, he's a
really
cool
good.
dude.
He's a
and
cool dude.
Yeah, I like him because he'll get on Twitch and he just smokes weed and plays video games.
yeah.
He has a
Living the dream.
podcast. Yeah, he doesn't. He just doesn't.
Sugar.
He doesn't seem to give a fuck, which I like about him.
Yeah, see, and I think that's I know that's the main revenue generator for UFC is the pay-per-view model, but that's what's holding me back from becoming a fan. Because when I do watch him, I do get into it. I kind of get goosebumps. I do get into it. I like the sport, but I'm not shelling out $70 a month
Yeah.
for maybe one fight that I'm interested in, and I don't have the knowledge to know the depth chart. Like
Yeah,
I didn't
the
know
rest
the
of the
lower card, the lower guys on the card. So if they could strike a deal with ESPN or Fox or something and bring those big fights to where I have access to them, I feel like I would become a fan.
Yeah.
But I understand their revenue model. Like from a business side, I get it.
I'm not sure how they may get to that point, but just if you're ever interested, the best way to do it is just go to a bar and hang out and
I figure
watch.
there's some streams too, right?
That's how Cisco and I watch.
Like I'll just hit y'all up from now on. I'll just be
Yeah.
like, well, give me the link.
As long as you have an iPhone, I got you.
I got an
on
iPhone,
How
yeah.
to watch it?
Yeah.
Apple TV is even better.
I got-
So you can like mirror it. If you don't have that, then it's like you're just
on
watching on that small device.
Yeah. Well, I've got this or my other one, so
But
it's
if,
a little bit bigger.
Dana White's listening.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
ignore
shout
that.
out Dana.
Ignore that.
Yeah. You need an official podcast of UFC? We got a guy here. All right, so Alex, why don't you?
Oh, let's get my list.
Yeah, and then we'll save the expert for the last.
The reason I was trying to jump in earlier is because Conor McGregor is on my list.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. He gets so much hate, but I just enjoy all the antics. He talked all the shit, backed it all up until, like y'all said, later
Till the end.
till the later in his
Yeah.
career. But what are you gonna expect? You can't win every single fight for the rest of your life.
Dude, he transcended.
Khabib won every fight. Am I right, bro?
He transcended fighting because, like, you can see on TikTok, like they use his audio. Like, who the fuck is that? Like,
Dude,
he
oh, yeah.
transcended.
He
like,
never.
That's what I'm saying. He was a great marketing. He's like a genius.
Yeah.
So
He
just like
never
those Paul
stuttered.
brothers.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like he talked all the shit,
Yeah.
never stumbled his words, never stuttered, and it was just every single thing he said was just fucking entertaining.
And I think that's what I remember now. Like Dana said, like the dude never turned down a fight. Like you could call him on
Yeah.
short notice, and he's because I
Back
think
when he was
somebody
hungry.
I think somebody asked him
Yeah.
like, why do you love Connor so much? And I think that was the question. He's like, the dude never turned down a fight.
There's a-
short notice, long notice, didn't matter. He was taking the fight.
There's a clip you may have seen because I saw it on TikTok, but Dana White like comes over to his house and Conor McGregor's waking up, and Conor McGregor he comes into the kitchen and he sees Dana there. And he's like, oh, like what the fuck's going on? You know, super serious. Like he's not his persona at
Yeah.
this point. And Dana's there to tell him that someone like broke their foot like while training. The guy he's supposed to fight. And then he
I remember
goes, yeah, and he just looks at Dana and he's like, oh man, really? He goes, oh shit, that sucks. The question is, am I going to take another fight? Like, so
Yeah.
he was just ready to fight. He
Yeah.
just wanted to fight someone. But yeah, regarding the hungry talk, I think that's a big part of it. It's just as much as you say, it's the same thing. I kind of compare it to like rapping a little bit because you see these early rappers have like these badass gritty albums when they first start, and then they get money and they don't know what the fuck to talk
Rapping about their yachts.
Yeah,
it's like, man,
what am I
you're a
supposed to-
different person.
They're completely just different mindset, different people at that point. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's the same sort of thing with McGregor. It's
That's a great
completely changed.
analogy. Yeah, like you just get the money, it changes you. I got a question though. With characters like that and people who are so outspoken and like heels and very whatever, it's like a persona. You think it's going to go in the direction of like the WWE, where it's all about like talk and show? I mean, I know it's still about the fight and it's a real fight, but you think the build up is becoming more a part of like the business and like the
I
shit
think-
talking
I think so, but-
and like building your personality? Because now that I just looked at that O'Malley guy, he's a fucking character and he gets online, and I mean it's great for marketing. That's what I'm saying, but it just seems like it's not strictly about like gritty getting there and whoop ass. Now you got a whole thing. You got to go on a circuit, press tour. You probably got to promote yourself, which just seems like that's becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, it's just for those certain people that have that it factor because we kind of go back to Colby Covington. The guy can fight. Like him or hate him, he can fight. So the thing was, like, they were going to cut him. The UFC was going to cut him because of his fighting style. He was boring. So when he went to Brazil, he insulted all the Brazilians and did this MAGA thing. And the
Yeah.
next thing you know, he's a character. He's a star.
He kind of made himself an
Yeah.
image. I mean, I could see it. That's what I'm saying. I think it will, because that's a great way to, like, hey, if you're in a pool full of people and y'all are all the same talent, if you can stand out more than anybody else, you're going to get picked for that fight to be
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah.
Because you got a persona.
And
That's what I'm thinking of. That's how you stand
You're
out more.
100% right, because I mean it's the same thing with wrestling. All these like Stone Cold didn't start out as Stone Cold.
Yeah.
he started out it wasn't working.
He was
and
kinda
then-
boring.
Then he found the Steve Austin persona, and then he became one of the most famous wrestlers
Yeah.
of all time. So I think so. Do you disagree? I saw you shaking your head, Matt. Like
I don't think I don't know if from a because I kind of look at everything from a business standpoint. Like I don't know if Dana would let it get so out of hand.
But
Like,
if it's good for business,
If it's good for business, yeah. But
Yeah, if it gets cringy, he'll probably
he may
no,
rein
Right.
that shit in.
if it gets to where it like seems scripted,
like Gold
maybe.
Dust comes out, like
yeah,
you know what?
Yeah,
lay off Gold Dust.
yeah. You knew where to hit him on that one.
We did a Mount Rushmore of favorite wrestlers, and Gold Dust is on my fucking list.
So one more thing.
I was a big Gold Dust fan. I don't know why he's so weird.
he's so weird.
I just love that guy. Yeah, he was one of my favorites.
Looks like fucking cousin, like a golden cousin it.
He had a brother or something that like Star Child or something.
Yes.
They'd come out with like glitter, like sprinkling glitter everywhere.
What?
That was my fucking guy though, man. I'll have to show you a picture. He's creepy as fuck looking too.
So one more
Looking
thing
back on it,
on
that was a
Connor,
bad
and we'll
decision.
move on.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like it tells the story of like him and his chick, how like when he was, before UFC, they were like living in government housing on stipend. Broke, and she was with him, and she stayed with him through the whole process till obviously what he is today, worth millions of dollars. You don't see that. And I always thought that was cool about Connor. So
I agree.
yep, it was really cool. And give the rest of your
There's
list.
a photo.
Holy shit,
That's my guy. We'll post this picture later.
that's just a regular person in 2022.
Hey man, he's groundbreaking. Okay,
Looks like fucking Mimi from fucking
Drew Carey show.
Carey show.
Oh man, I'll never see him the same now.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, so with Connor, I think the thing that was so captivating with him was that they called him Mystic Matt because he can predict things. And that's what got everybody's attention because he was telling people, he's like, I'm going to knock this person out in the first round or in the first 30 seconds, and
Calling
he did
a
it.
shot.
Yeah.
He did it.
It's like pointing to the upper deck with your
Yeah, he's
baseball bat.
Babe Ruth.
Well,
All right, so my next, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Back it up. If you can talk all the shit you want, if you can back it up.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just kind of pair these two together. Is Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. So y'all kind of went recent fighters, but obviously that's more highlights that I'm watching. But it's just you can't deny they're
Dude, Tyson highlights from like the 80s
They're
are
terrifying.
insane.
Terrifying.
Like I could see people turning down fights.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna fight that guy. He's gonna knock me out with one punch. He'll fucking kill me.
They showed a picture. It was just a still picture, but I didn't know he was an Olympian, but he boxed in the Olympics. And the dude he was boxing was like from fucking Korea.
He's probably
And it was
string bean.
Dude, it was unreal. It looked like me fighting my son. It was unreal. And he was like,
Me fighting my son.
dude, and he was like 16.
Have you seen videos? There's like a clip of him doing like I guess like a neck exercise, and he's like 16 or 17, and it looks like it's like I
His
don't know, like
traps are just
it's just everything's popping. His neck looks like it's from like a circus freak, and he was like 16 or 17 at the time. He was just like made to knock people out.
Yep.
Yeah, he was scary. Scary guy.
and they get. I don't know enough about it, but it's always compared like who's the better of the two. I just think if you get them both in the ring, I think Tyson takes the edge, even though Ali is like.
well, I don't think you can
I
compare
agree.
the two because to me, boxing, you always hear the sweet science, and I get all this from my dad because my dad was a boxing fan. But Muhammad Ali, it was an art form when he was in the ring. You talk about Mayweather and his defensive ability. To me,
Tyson was no schlub either, though. He had crazy technique. Like,
well, I'm not doubting that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying when you talk about the sweet science, I think of Muhammad Ali. I think it was poetry, kind of like when he was in there. And
I'm with Alex. I give it to Tyson because Muhammad Ali's more of like a dancer, right? He's gonna avoid contact, whereas Tyson's just gonna like bully you into a corner and go every fucking punch he can.
I think it's.
I think he would corner Ali and get that knockout.
I think
Whereas
it's,
Ali would just kind of ooh. He didn't have like that knockout power that Tyson has. But then again, there's like two.
I think
it's
I still think it's close though.
It's like
I don't think
LeBron
it's-
versus Jordan. Who
Yeah,
wins on
exactly.
one-on-one?
I
Well, they
tot-
could both win.
That's a great analogy.
You know what I mean? They could
Yes.
go 10 games and win 5 each.
Yeah, because I'm worried about Tyson's gas tank just because
Right.
he's knocking people out so early.
Yeah, he goes so fast
Yeah.
and furious. Paul Walker shout out. That if he doesn't get him after like 3 or 4 rounds, then Tyson or that Muhammad Ali could just wear him out.
Yeah, he could pick him
until he
apart.
just gets that hit.
Yeah, it's anybody's game on that one.
dude, honorable mention Homer Simpson. Wasn't he the fucking champ?
Dude, you were talking about gas tank. It was like
That's what I
like
thought. Homer would just wear him down.
His whole tactic was just take punches in the head until they could just not punch anymore, and he would just go like,
oops, and they'd fall over. Yeah, dude, Homer Simpson, honorable
We all need
mention.
a friend like Mo though, coming in with the
The
fan on
fan
it. Yeah.
saving him, dude. That was such a great show.
Last fighter. This is the one I said I wasn't sure that. I'm sure that no one has on the list, but Kimbo Slice.
Oh, dude, R.I.P. Right? Remember those backyard fights where you knock a dude's eye out?
That's exactly why he is
Oh
on
my
my
God.
list. I'm glad you saw it because
I remember those, dude. Those were
terrifying.
terrifying.
Have y'all
Yeah.
seen that?
Yeah, oh yeah,
The
oh
dude's
yeah.
eyeball is hanging out of the socket, and it's just, and he's smiling because
Like, all right, fight's over.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy, but literally because not because of his professional career, but mainly because of the.
He was like a
backyard
legend for that
brawl.
shit.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace.
What
by
was
the
it?
way.
It was called something like Backyard Brawls or
Yeah,
something like that. It was like videos that
And it was
you
down in Florida.
Was it? I thought it was California or Florida, one of the two.
All for $1,000.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Like winner take all, probably.
Hey, that's not
Yeah.
far off of what UFC guys are getting paid for
Yeah,
a fight.
yeah.
Great point.
For like the
They get
early guys.
No, even big purses. Like they don't get paid. Like
No
Patty
shit.
Pimblett. Patty Pimblett was talking about it.
Wait, what's his name?
Patty
Patty what?
Pimblett.
Oh, they said Patty Pimple. Like, dude, that's
Patty the
unfortunate.
Batty. He was talking about that. He got paid something stupid like 20, 35K, something like that.
Yeah, the only
for
thing that
getting-
saved him was that fight bonus.
Was it? Was
yeah,
he
he
on
gets
a?
a fight bonus.
Was he the main event for whatever fight that was?
I don't think he's a main. I don't think he's a.
He might have been like co-main, but
Co-main,
I know
yeah.
like the last fight he had, I think he was a main event, but it was like on a UFC fight night.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
wasn't a
not
big.
But
It wasn't a
compared
pay per view.
compared to boxing, because boxing they'll get percentage of the pay per views, right? Isn't that what Mayweather gets?
For-
Part of, sorry, he ranks head money. Is he
When
gets
you- when
part
you
of the
can-
pay per view?
Yeah, I think so. When you have the clout like that, but I
But-
just know that UFC fighter pay is a big like talking point.
I thought they would
don't-
have gotten-
No, they get paid shit.
So it's basically like Dana White and UFC take like 80% cut, and then the 20 gets spread out.
he could
between-
probably talk better to it. But
Wow, that's really
I just
shitty.
know that that's a big talking
All right,
point.
Dana
Yeah.
White, you're no longer
because they don't have a
sponsor.
union.
Get
They don't
outta
have any
here.
of that.
No,
shit.
no. I to me, I
Gotta
want to
get a
see.
union.
I want to see the numbers because the UFC is like the best in the business at promoting. So I want to see what they actually spend on promotion and all these.
But they'll never open their books. Though.
Yeah. That's the only thing I want to see. Like, how much are you spending?
So
with the
yeah,
promotion,
how
yeah.
much do you pocket per pay per view after
Yeah.
everyone gets paid? How much do
Yeah.
y'all get? That's the bottom line you need to figure out.
yeah.
That's really
Um,
shitty. I would have thought those guys get paid well because they got to train so fucking hard for so long, and then just beat the shit out of each other for. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, but still, when guys are making. Who is it? What Paul brother? How much do they get? Like millions for their
but
fight?
that's yeah. Did you have anything
Honorable mention.
Anything else?
That's
okay,
it. I'm done.
All right. This is one I'm looking forward to. All right, let's get your list.
No repeats so far.
Huh?
No repeats so far.
Yeah,
so
that's
let's-
good.
I might do some repeats. So Errol Spence, just being Texas and the dude, he can bang, dude. I mean,
That's what she said.
he does. To me, he's like real old school with his tactics. He loves to attack the body before he goes up top.
Keep going, bro. You're
No,
good.
you're doing great.
You're killing
doing
it. I'm
great,
not- I'm
man.
Oh, I thought he was.
I was
No.
gonna drop it, but I can't go back to back. with that.
No, you're doing
Okay,
great.
so Errol Spence, love the guy. Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, just because the boxing ability at heavyweight. The dude moves like a middleweight. He moves light. Just boxing ability for days. Just killing people.
He's still active though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Is he
Yeah.
like current champion?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
he beat that one dude. Was it Wilder? Like in a
Yeah.
rematch, or is it their third? Because it was like he won, and then it was like a draw, and then he won again.
Yeah. Remember. I think we talked about that. Deontay Wilder came out, said the reason he lost is because he came out in that stupid suit, like in the walk-up.
Oh, yeah.
And he said it was too heavy. And he was worn out from carrying like his
It's like, dude,
costume.
you're a
Yeah.
heavyweight boxer. What are you talking
Maybe
about?
just walk out in your robe. I don't know.
or just your shorts that you're gonna fight in.
Yeah.
You know you're reaching for excuses
Yeah.
when that's your excuse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The thing about that is like, he just started boxing like maybe 6 or 8 years ago.
Wilder.
Yeah. He used to play college basketball.
no
Supposedly he's
shit.
like a really good
Oh.
basketball player.
Oh, that's cool.
But I guess like boxing was like the fastest means to like making money. He had a sick daughter.
Oh,
But he was just a guy who just had power, no technique. And then when he actually fought somebody like Tyson Fury with like pure
Oh, I
boxing
didn't know
ability.
that. So he could get better then if
Yeah.
if he was fighting and had 6 years experience and was already at like the pinnacle.
Oh,
the
yeah.
pinnacle.
Yeah, he won bronze in the Olympics.
Damn, so he's a natural then. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
he's
pick it up
just-
like that.
Just an athlete with power, which is just a massive right hand.
Oh, that reminds me of Brock Lesnar. Was he ever good, in your opinion? Or was that just more of a show?
No, he was good because a lot of wrestlers do really well in MMA.
I could see that.
And, Brock Lesnar, he's just a freak.
Yeah, that dude's just like a specimen, like built in a lab.
He's a former football player.
Yep.
WWE
Wasn't he a wrestler?
Star,
Well, I meant like real wrestling.
He was an NCAA wrestler
Yeah,
too.
like NCAA, and then he went to football, and then WWF, and then he's just crazy
So,
strong.
A guy with that kind of grappling and power, yeah, is bound to win.
Yeah.
Who was his big fight against? Was it Alistair? There was a big fight he was in.
He's had a few. He's fought, that championship division. I know he's fought Alistair. He's fought Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
Cain kicked his ass because Cain's a wrestler too. Kind of nullified that.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of-
Undertaker's brother.
I don't want to derail you too much, but was it Cain Velasquez that got in trouble here recently because he found out somebody was molesting his daughter and he beat the fuck out of him?
I heard
Trying
that.
to shoot him.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was attempted murder.
And everyone's like, yeah, that's fine with me.
Was it Cain Velasquez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cain.
Yeah.
Did he get in big trouble, or is everyone
Oh, yeah.
just cool with that?
He hit the wrong guy. Like,
Oh,
he hit the getaway
then-
driver,
oh,
right?
well, that's stupid. If you beat the shit out of a guy that's doing that,
Yeah, it's
and
like,
I'm
well,
on the
dude.
jury, not guilty.
You're beating. You can literally kill someone with your bare hands, but you're taking shots at a car that's driving away. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't.
Oh wait, oh man, I don't know. He's like firing.
It's like
I
up
thought
to
he just beat the
25.
shit out of a guy.
that's what I could be wrong. Isn't that? The
Was there a
story?
gun involved?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, that's kind of different.
I
Because then
don't-
you're just like innocence could get hit. If you're just like spraying like that.
Yeah,
I
that's what they're
understand not
saying.
wanting the guy to get away, because of what he just did.
I think it's hard for me to judge because if I found out you're fucking my kid, like
I would
I'm
wanna
gonna
s-
see fucking red.
Well, I could
Yeah, I
see
would wanna
like
strangle you with my
if
hand.
I'm an MMA fighter though, I don't think I need to pick that gun up.
Well,
I think I can handle
maybe
you
he
my
couldn't.
own.
Maybe he couldn't get his hands on him.
Just hopefully he doesn't.
Or
get-
do you know the story?
Yeah,
It was like a car pursuit.
Oh,
like
it
when
was
he
a
found out they were taking off. He
But
was
you
chasing.
know-
So he got in his vehicle too.
Yeah,
that's-
Oh.
he
That's
ran.
what they'll say. You had
Yeah.
a chance to stop right then. But anyone in that mindset, dude, you're just gonna see red.
Yeah.
You're not
That's
gonna
what
think
I'm
like,
saying.
oh, I probably shouldn't get in this car and follow him. You're like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
kill this fucking guy,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna live stream it because I don't give a shit.
All right. So yeah, I didn't mean to derail you.
Oh,
but
you're good. You're good.
continue.
Let's see who else do I got. Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko.
That's my
Ukrainian.
guy, right? That's
Yeah.
our guy. Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy's badass.
So he's like a two-time gold medalist. What was his amateur record? Like 230.
17-0.
Yeah,
What?
He's ridiculous. What's he
Yeah.
doing now though? Tell him what he's doing.
he's fighting in the war.
yeah.
Damn right he
Yeah.
is. He fucking
Yeah.
He turned down the undisputed champ. I mean, all the belts. He turned down all the belts so he can help. defend
Yeah,
his
that's the
country.
guy I was thinking of. He gave him away. He's like, I'm gonna go defend my country.
Yeah, so there's like all these badass Ukrainians. Have you heard that bit that Chris Rock does? That's like the lower down you go on like the hierarchy chain of races, like the better you fight. He's like, he's like, a black guy's gonna beat the shit out of a white guy. Puerto Rican's gonna knock that black guy out. He's like, so far there's like a Native American just waiting for his title shot. He's like, the lower you go on the tier, he's like, the better they fight. And that's where I'm like, dude, give me the guy from like the impoverished Eastern European country that
yeah.
like had to train with a bear. It's like he's gonna knock everybody out because he's so fucking hungry. And it's like I kind of believe that,
Yeah.
rather than the guy from Highland Park that trains. It's like no, give me the guy from like Puerto Rico, or from wherever. I guess Puerto Rico's not that bad. That's the joke he uses. But like, anything that was the Soviet Union and then it got dissolved, I'm gonna take that guy from the former Soviet Union.
Sorry to any Puerto Rican listeners we have.
Yeah, well, that's the joke that Chris Rock does. That's a Chris Rock joke. That's not my joke. I don't want to take credit for that.
All right, you got any more, Cisco?
Oh, to touch on like Loma, like one of the interesting things that his dad did. He's like, "Do you really want to learn how to box?" He goes, "Yeah." So he took him out of boxing for like 3 years to learn traditional Ukrainian dancing, and that like helped with his footwork,
footwork, yeah.
immensely. Like he smothers people. Like you try to turn around, no, he's right there in front of you. Try to angle out, he's constantly in your face with pressure, and it's
Makes sense.
yeah, it's nuts. And then last one I got is Floyd Mayweather for just his defense. I mean, the dude's brilliant.
Did he go 50-0?
Yeah, but so the thing that I kind of hate about that is he cherry picked for like his last fights.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
always heard
And-
that because he wanted to stay perfect.
Yeah, it's staying perfect. That was his brand. So his brand was undefeated.
I
so
get it.
he marketed that, and
And him and Pacquiao took forever too. Like they were like that fight should have happened like 8 years before it actually
And I
happened.
think,
Yeah.
and I think it had it. I think he was waiting Pacquiao out.
Yeah,
I
because he
think
knew
if
Pacquiao could probably take him.
had
Or at
Pacquiao
least-
fought him, that in his prime,
Yeah.
I think it would have given him a
It
I don't know if he would have won, but I
it
think it would have
50-50.
good run for his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something about that. Pacquiao didn't want to take a blood test.
Oh, that's kind of shady.
Yeah.
Isn't he like the president of Philippines or
He's
something right now?
he's like a
It's like a governor or something.
Yeah, he's like a
He's pretty
senator.
high. He's high up there.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love all these boxers getting out just to like run countries.
Yeah, just
I mean,
the
shit.
drug test scared
It's like,
him
you know how
from-
many shots to the fucking head you took for the last 20 years?
But so Pacquiao he made millions, but he also invested back into his
country.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Good
a good
guy.
dude.
Like to hear that.
Good dude.
Pacquiao, honorable mention with Homer. I think we can all agree on that.
All right. Anything else? You got anything else?
I guess honorable mentions. I don't know if we want to get too much into it. Of course, these are UFC fighters: Khabib, Connor. We touched on those two. Rose Namajunas.
The
Doug
shaved
Rose,
head.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a woman?
Yep.
Yeah,
She's bad.
She bad.
She bad.
Really good footwork, great jiu-jitsu, well-rounded, really light.
She's from like Russia or Ukraine or somewhere over there, right?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's
Just say
Eastern-
yeah.
She's
Totally.
And then Stipe.
Oh, Stipe Miocic.
Yeah.
He's a full-time fucking firefighter
Yeah,
now. He's
American
a
hero,
full-time,
and he fights.
Hey,
For-
he's
Cool.
Fights and kicks ass part-time.
Can I? And
I like that on his application.
Yeah,
He filled
part-time
out.
ass kicker.
you want me to tell you somebody who's a fucking badass? Talk about fighting part-time, blah blah blah. Tim Kennedy.
Ah,
Tim Kennedy was a fucking UFC champion, a fucking Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
He would go over there, and he was part of like SEAL Team like 2 or 3. He was a fucking bad motherfucker. Go over there, killing terrorists, come home, fighting the fucking UFC. And
Yeah.
he made the move. I don't know if he was originally here, but Rogan's down in Austin. He's got 2 or 3 jiu-jitsu gyms in the Austin area now.
Okay.
But Tim Kennedy is a fucking badass. Like
Sounds like
American fucking badass. But yeah, I just watched an interview with Stipe. He was talking about how he was in a bar with his chick, and they were getting ready to leave. They closed the bar down. Something happened, and this chick reached through the back window and hit Stipe.
oh shit.
His chick gets out of the car. He says, she didn't say a word. Walked right up to the chick, knocked her out cold, got back in the car, and he told the Uber driver, he's like, yeah, we should probably go now. We should go. And then, yeah, he's like a full-time firefighter now and
Yeah.
paramedic.
Saving lives and kicking
Stipe,
ass.
yep. So,
Wait, I thought you said it was Tim Kennedy.
no, Tim Kennedy's different. I was going back to Stipe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Stipe,
going on.
what was it, Miocic?
Miocic.
Yeah, Miocic. Was he a heavyweight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
heavyweight champ.
Yeah,
Nagano
knocked him
though.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to knock Stipe out, I guess I'm a bigger fight fan than I
I say, did you
realized.
know way more than I do?
I guess I'm a bigger fight fan than I
Dude, you've been
realized.
spitting knowledge this entire time.
Well, because I listen to a lot of Brendan Schaub's stuff. Like
Yeah.
he has his couple podcasts, and then he has like a fight companion podcast that he does.
The
where
fighter and the kid.
Fighter and the Kid, and then he has like Food Truck Diaries where he brings
The fighters in.
the
Yeah.
fighters in, and they eat lunch and talk. So I guess I know more than what I realized, but I don't know. I wish I kind of got into UFC in the golden age where it was like Kane
Ken
and
Shamrock.
that's way back.
Oh.
And who's the other cat that married the Jenna Jameson? He had like bleach blonde hair.
Tito Ortiz.
Tito
Yeah,
Ortiz, like all that. Like
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck
Remember
Liddell,
Nice man.
and then Cowboy. You know when he was like
Yeah.
big. I thought that was cool. Like his last fight was last weekend or 2 weeks ago, and he put his cowboy hat and his gloves in the middle of the octagon. He had his kids there with him. It was really cool.
Yeah, dude, he deserved it. I mean, he's been fighting. He fights more than anybody that I know. Like you're supposed to get offered like 3 fights a
No,
year.
the
This
dude was fighting like 6.
Yeah.
Another guy, Dustin Poirier. I really like Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
He's from New Orleans. He's tight with Theo Vaughn,
I like
who
Theo
I'll
Von.
mention here in a minute in our
Yeah.
comics. But yeah, I like Dustin Poirier too.
Sounds like you two need to have a UFC podcast.
Sounds
or
like I'm gonna have Cisco over and order a fight.
Yeah, right?
We're gonna become good friends, and he's
I always
gonna
wanted
teach
to
me
do
UFC
like live.
commentary.
Yeah.
Oh, we can
Dude,
do that.
We
I
can
wanna
watch
do
the
that for,
fight
like-
and we can commentary the fight.
We could do that, but it's really we tried to do live. Was it draft coverage last year?
No. I came over to your house this past year, but we
This
didn't do
past
anything.
year, I thought we tried to do something live, and it's just like really hard.
Yeah, okay, I'm not going to press the button. Come on, man. Yeah, because if there's nothing going on, you know, like...
Yeah, and it's not like
If
we
it's
can
like-
have like guests in.
Yeah, I feel
and,
like if we could watch it and then like edit whatever we're watching down to like instead of 3 hours to an hour and a half, then
Yeah.
we could talk. But yeah, there'd be a lot of dead air.
I'm down to try.
Okay.
I'm down to try.
We can just do the main card.
I'm down to invite
Yeah.
myself over.
I'm down to try. We can
Nice.
bring the equipment over to the house.
Yeah.
I'll throw in for the pay-per-view.
Oh,
We can all do
we
it.
got it covered.
Oh yeah, we got it covered. Never mind. All right, so so I guess I'm a bigger fight fan than what I realized. So let's move on to the second half of Mount Rushmore. I feel like this is going to be a marathon episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna go quick on whatever.
Yeah, so
not
this
gonna
is our
tell you all
favorite
these
comics. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you stats or whatever on
Fucking
comics.
stats does
Well,
it-
how many specials, sellouts? I don't know.
Yeah, we
Fuck.
might have duplicates.
He averages 37 laps a minute. Okay, that's
just,
just very high.
All right.
I feel like mine are going to be on all y'all's lists, so I'll just say me too whenever
Okay.
they get rattled
We'll,
off.
we'll snake it back. Why don't you just rattle off your four comedians, Cisco?
All right, so I got Dave Chappelle,
Okay.
the GOAT,
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz,
Me too.
Cool.
Dusty Slay.
Dusty Slay.
That
He's got
sounds
the
like a
hat
great
and
Yeah.
the long hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a porn name.
Dusty. Yeah. He's pretty. He's really funny.
Yeah, but his thing is like it's to me it's clean comedy. He doesn't curse.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
He doesn't curse, and it's
Oh, I hate
hilarious.
that. No.
And then
It's better than you think.
I say it's like Jeff Foxworthy.
It's pretty good, yeah. No,
It's not Jeff Foxworthy
not
clean.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Alex is vouching for Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah, I was gonna put Larry the Cable Guy.
I couldn't decide.
Dude, that whole thing is an act. And when I heard him just talk like his normal voice, I was like, this isn't a real person.
You don't talk like Mater?
Have you seen
Oh.
Have you seen Ron White recently?
Oh, he's clean and sober.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
good for
like
him.
2 years sober.
Looking good.
Yep, looking real good.
and then last but not least, Texas local Ralph Barbosa.
Never heard of him.
Nope. Must be pretty funny.
I'll have to
Well,
look him
actually,
up.
not because we never heard of him.
He's up and coming. He's
I'll
up
have
and
to look him
coming.
up.
Does he have any like features like to watch on YouTube or anything like that?
Yeah, he does have YouTube content, and he opened up for Dusty Slay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's a good comic, and I think he was like second place for like Texas funniest comic or something like that. There's like a competition, so that's
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
All right, Alex.
Honorable mention or no?
Well, honorable mentions would be the like Bernie Mac, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
you know.
Yep,
R.I.P.
yep.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that was my dog. And then just kind of like the other guys like Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, Chris Rock.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that's
Man,
it.
if I don't know anybody that doesn't like Bernie Mac. If somebody like talks shit about Bernie Mac, I might just have to slap them.
Some of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
I loved it.
Who doesn't like Bernie Mac?
Right.
Carpool.
So I have Dave Chappelle as well.
Yep. I think we might all have him. He might be the one calm.
I left him off because I knew other people would have him.
Yeah, I just I did this pretty quickly. Richard Pryor has already been mentioned. I have him on my list. Eddie Murphy and George Carlin.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Are my
George
four.
Carlin. Any honorable mention?
I don't have any honorable mentions,
Okay.
but I mean I did have Robin Williams down, and I crossed it out for George Carlin. I think I just bumped him up there. No offense to Robin Williams. I try to listen to some of his stuff on Spotify today, Robin Williams, but I feel like it's a big visual
It's
part,
visual comedy.
part
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
You got to see because
so-
all his expressions and mannerisms.
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. So
My turn.
Your turn.
All right. I had Dave Chappelle, so I'll kick him off. I'll put in Bill Burr. Bill Burr makes the cut.
nice.
Me too. So I got to replace two.
I had David Cross, who's still active. Bill Hicks, who is probably my personal favorite, the first one who really got me into comedy. And George Carlin, who I think is the greatest of all time. And I put the commonality between all these guys is I feel like they're, instead of like making jokes and just situational humor, they kind of just express their opinions and point of views on things. So I really think it's cool when a comic, when you pay to see a comic, you just don't see them to tell jokes and make silly faces, but you're actually there to hear what they have to say and get their side of the story on stuff. You know, Chappelle's the same way when he talks about current events. So those are the kind of comedians I like. The other comedians who just make jokes, I have Richard Pryor, Hannibal Buress, and Greg Giraldo. I've always liked Greg Giraldo. He only made like 1 or 2 specials, but he was in a tight group of circles with guys before he died. He just lived a crazy life. He'll talk about like, you know, snorting crack off like a hooker's cooter and all this stuff.
Cool.
That's exactly how he died, man. He just died like young, like probably covered in hookers and cocaine. So
Cool.
Died in the cooter.
yeah,
And the cooter.
hey, don't do it. Don't be like Greg Giraldo, okay? Do that shit off the table.
Okay, so mine, Bill Burr was already mentioned. Andrew Schultz was already mentioned. Theo Vaughn, he's on my list.
He's so funny, but I haven't watched any of his stand-up.
He's so good, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, and I was gonna say a lot of this shit's not on Spotify anymore. And they must have like lost the rights to all these stand-ups. There's a little bit, but there's no more George Carlin.
I noticed that with Richard Pryor.
There's like half of the Bill. Yeah, Pryor's gone. There's like half of David Cross. I think Bill Burr. There's a couple of recent ones. Dave Chappelle's not on there. I can find it on. I can find it on Pandora. I don't know if they got the rights, but a lot on YouTube. Like you said, YouTube. But a lot of this stuff's just hard to find now.
Daniel Tosh. Daniel Tosh is his stand-up's fucking unreal. So my replacements. Shit.
You already said Bill Burr.
I said Bill
I know
Burr.
he was on the list for you too.
Yeah. Andrew Schultz. Tom Segura. Tom Segura is really funny.
I do really like Tom
Segura is really good.
He is really fucking funny.
Yeah.
He has a good Tyson story that y'all would like on an airplane. Have you heard that one? Oh, y'all got to hear that Tyson story.
Yeah. I didn't write any honorable mentions.
Oh,
down.
you know who else I've been listening to on Pandora because these guys on station? There's John Witherspoon from Friday.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
John Witherspoon's fucking hilarious in his stand up.
Yeah, Cat Williams is like, I know he kind of went through some shit, but Cat Williams, like back in the day, was funny. Like when he first burst on the scene, he was fall out of your seat funny to me. He's so small and his voice was so high pitched.
He definitely stands out.
Yeah.
There's another guy I discovered during all this. I think it's David Tyrell. Who's the guy that caught the catch for the Giants?
David Tyree.
It's not the same guy, but they have the same name. David Tyree. He was like a comedian in the 80s. I found because I would listen to John Witherspoon radio, and then this guy kept coming up, and he was really fucking funny too. So y'all, anyone who wants to hear old comedy, you can check that out.
Nate Bargatze's another one. I don't know if y'all know who Nate
never heard of that.
Bargatze is.
Never.
He's really funny. Mark Norman. Yeah. So Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon's really funny. He's a big fat
Norm
gay dude.
Macdonald. We just
Rest in
listened to some
peace.
of his stuff.
Norm Macdonald, yeah, dude.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
It's so funny. The reason mentioning him was because he just passed away recently. But
Yep.
listening to his stuff, I think you told me about some of it. It's just he hits.
Yeah.
It's just a certain type of comedy. I like the guys that just have their own kind of style.
Yeah, like Carlin to me is
they
that
made
way.
it up. Yeah.
Carlin, you can listen to now from 30 years ago, and it's like, damn, all that shit's so relevant.
Absolutely.
He was just like, in my opinion, the greatest, and he was like a genius. He was just on another level than anybody else.
Oh shit! Who's the guy I told you in the car that I thought didn't do stand up? English dude.
English dude. Oh, Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's
Ricky
fucking
Gervais.
hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that guy.
Ricky Gervais.
He's like a roast master, man. He'll just tear you
when
up.
he started going in on like when he's hosting those
when
award
he
shows.
hosts, they don't let him host anymore.
No, because he's telling it like it is.
he
He's
will
like,
massacre all those
dude,
celebrities.
He's like, this award goes to what was the movie with Sandra Bullock where she couldn't.
Blindside.
No, they
Bird
couldn't-
Box.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
Bird
this
Box.
award goes to Bird Box. Blah blah blah. It's a movie where people survive by not seeing things. It's like just like many of you and Harvey Weinstein.
Pretended not to see Weinstein.
And everybody's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Well, don't no."
He's
y'all
like, "It was
did
you, not
y'all
me."
did it, not me. Y'all were friends with him, not me."
Dude, he was
so
brutal.
didn't give a
No,
fuck.
Gervais will go for the throat immediately. That's like
love
his
it.
first move is just go straight for the jugular. That's
I
what I
love
love
it.
about him. Yeah, there's no build up and slow burn. He just like straight fucking kills you.
And then Pete Davidson's really funny. His stand-up's really funny.
Nah, he's not funny.
No,
I
Pete
can't stand
Davidson.
So have y'all heard Joe Rogan's stand up? I haven't heard it just for the fact like I like Joe Rogan,
It's not
and
funny.
if
I like-
he's not funny to me.
I like
He's not
Rogan. He's not that funny.
Everyone, you can be a Joe Rogan fan. Don't lie to yourself. He's not funny.
Yeah,
Don't watch him.
I
He's
don't
not
think he's funny.
Because I know watching it probably like changed my whole like perception of him.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch Brendan Schaub stand up because he's
I heard,
not funny.
I heard it was trash.
People drug that dude for his special. I mean, absolutely drug him.
Yeah. I heard.
I like Schaub. Yeah, he is kind of douchey. He's kind of a tool. But I don't know. I discovered him through King and the Sting, and then I started listening to Fighter and the Kid, and then his stand up's not funny, not at all. So, all right. Anybody got anything else on comedians?
I'm good.
Nope,
I'm good.
Okay. Do you want to let them do Bloodsport?
Yeah.
And then we'll do Big Brother on
Yeah,
the
that way y'all
backside.
do your thing. We'll do our thing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna let the two guests take the wheel for Bloodsport, the movie review, because we didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I couldn't
I'm
find
sorry,
it.
dudes.
I couldn't find it to stream. I didn't have the time. Yeah, I just didn't have the time.
I watched it and forgotten it. But I mean, I'll just.
All right. So here
All
you go,
right,
Alex.
Alex. Here we go, bud.
No pressure there, buddy.
Okay. Well, should I take like your mic or something? And
You
then
yeah.
let's
Take my
just
mic.
go ahead and kinda-
Shoot, give me some time off.
All right.
Any of these? Got him.
Let's pour one out for the dead comedians.
Yeah, that's actually. Oh, you want to pour one for real?
Yeah, we can pour one. R.I.P.
I'm going to the bathroom.
We're rolling, right? I can go?
Yeah, you're going.
All right. Okay.
Watch out for that earwax, brother.
It's dense.
It's like so
Okay.
sweaty.
So the movie that I watched last night was Bloodsport, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. We're just gonna run through it from beginning to end here. Maybe I'll refresh your memory on a few things,
Yeah.
but you can kind of jump in with some of the things you remember. But the two hosts just left, but I knew that they would like that the beginning of the movie starts with a montage, which I know that they're a big fan of all the kind of blood sport participants training and doing their own thing, not including John Claude. He's not
Not present yet.
not present yet, yeah, but all the kind of other antagonists are there doing their thing. And I'll start referring to him as Frank Duke is his name within the movie. Who he is, it goes to him. He is on an army base. Not really sure what his rank is, but he's obviously a badass because he is about to go on a sabbatical and take time off because he has plans to go to Hong Kong to fight in this underground fighting ring. And then, so once his superiors find out that that's his plans to do it, they want to kind of wrangle him up and stop him from going, right? Because he's such a good asset to the military. They don't want him getting hurt, right?
Yeah.
But he sneaks off anyways, and he does it. But before he goes over to the house of his sensei. Yeah, they call him something different within the movie, but he goes over there and he knocks on the door. His wife lets him in, and before he actually sees the sensei, he notices a katana that is present on like the mantle, and he starts to reminisce, and that's when it goes into a flashback of kind of what brought him to this point in his life, right?
Exactly.
Are you remembering all this? It's
Yeah.
sort of refreshing your memory. Let's see here. So the sensei's name is Tanaka, and while he's waiting in the living room, he sees the katana, and it flashes back to when he's a kid, and him and two other like troublemaker kids are sneaking into.
Yeah, they go into his window to try to take that katana.
Yeah, and obviously Frank doesn't want to do that. He's still has a good heart. He's like telling the other kids like, nah, I'm not really, but they force him to come in. But then they hear a noise, they run out, and Frank is like,
Pussies.
yeah. he picks up the katana and he starts putting it back, but that's when Tanaka's kid comes in, and Tanaka himself, and the kid kicks Frank in the stomach. He doubles over, and he tries to explain himself like, no, like I wasn't trying to do anything. I wasn't going to steal it. I was just fixing everything.
I wasn't going to take it, and he fucking gets kicked.
I'm so glad you remember that because I got some reviews to read later, but it's so funny because the kid is like trying to match John Claude's like accent, but like younger, and it just turns out to be hilarious. But so Tanaka's not having it, right? He's like, man, you just broke into my crib. We're gonna have issues. And Frank has like a baseball hat on, and Tanaka takes the katana and cuts the brim of the hat off.
Yeah.
But Frank doesn't waver. He just like doesn't even blink, and that sort of impresses Tanaka. And so he decides to go speak to Frank's parents. I should call him Duke. They call him Duke through the whole movie. He goes to speak to Duke's parents, and that's where he convinces the parents that, hey, let me train your kid to help, give them a sense of direction, because I think that they were both foreigners at the time. And they go to the same school, him and the son, so they're there to kind of look out for each other and everything. So then it cuts to them training him up, and Duke is kind of upset because Tanaka is training his son much harder than he's training.
Yeah, I wonder
Duke.
what that was about. Was it because maybe his race, or was it because like maybe he stole from him?
You know, it's sort of a weird mix. I'm not sure because you're right. I think it was just sort of like a character motivation, I guess, because it didn't make much sense. Because he did offer to have him over. I kind of took the impression that
He Miyagi'd him, and then
we can hear you texting. Can you hear it?
Can you not hear it? I can't hear it.
Yeah. Do what?
You can hear it?
I can hear you texting. Yeah.
Try this. Hold on.
No, you're good. I just wanted to let you know.
Can you hear it now?
no, you're good.
Yeah, we're good now. But I think that it doesn't say it here in the synopsis, but I think that he mainly wanted to use Duke to help train his kid.
Oh,
he was kind of
okay, yeah.
using him essentially. That's what I took from the movie.
Because he was rough on him.
Yes, he was rough. He was kicking his ass like up and down, like train his kid. So, anyways, the tragedy strikes when Shingo, who is Tanaka's son, dies as a young adult, and it doesn't really explain how the son dies, but Tanaka's heartbroken and vows to never train again. But that's when Duke convinces him and gives him a passionate plea to just train him up so that he can go fight in the Kumite, which is the underground fighting ring, which we'll find out later about in the movie, and honor the Tanaka name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh, nice. Let's see. So after that, that's sort of the flashback. Then they go through the whole train. He agrees. He trains him up. He does, he does his Jean-Claude splits and all the different ways of going through Tanaka's training, and passes it with flying colors and everything like that. But he's still not quite ready. So this is later on in life. They go back to present day to where he goes. He's at Tanaka's house, and he goes back to meet him. For all intents and purposes, it looks like he's on his deathbed. He's just laying face up and not moving much. He doesn't look too well off, and he just tells him he's about to go to Hong Kong and honor his name and his son's name and fight in the Kumite, which is the
translated to something, right? I forgot what it translated. Kumite meant something.
It may have. I don't have the translation for it, but they say it a million times in this movie. Okay. So then we cut to him going to Hong Kong, and that's where he meets his friend, the tall, big, burly American named Ray Jackson. They all meet at this hotel where all the participants of the Kumite are there to stay at before they go and fight. And Jackson's playing a karate video game, and Duke goes up to him and starts playing with him. Beats him one time in the video game, and Jackson's is impressed. And then they start playing again, and he beats him again. And then there's a good quote where Jackson tells Frank, "Aren't you a little too young for full contact?" Talking about the Kumite, and Frank responds, "Aren't you a little too old for video games?" He's just kicking his ass in video games. So
Never too old for video games, by the way.
right. There's a whole love interest within the film of this journalist that's trying to get into the secret ring fighting Kumite, and I'm choosing to skip over it because it's whatever. She was
just using Dukes.
Yeah, she told her she sleeps with them eventually in the movie to try to get into it. He gets what he wants and still doesn't bring her in. She has to find another way in. But
Classic Jean-Claude.
so I didn't know this. I didn't catch this within the movie, but apparently the Kumite is being held. It's being held in Hong Kong under the permission of the triads. So this is
Wow.
I thought the triads were Japanese.
That's the
Is that a plot hole?
well.
no, you're thinking
I thought triads were Japanese.
Yukazi.
This
You're
is.
gonna make me Google.
I mean, the overall award for this is a katana.
Okay,
so.
you're nitpicking a Jean-Claude Van Damme
Dude,
movie here,
yeah,
dude.
if you nitpick this movie, like literally, y'all should go back and watch it after this sometime, and there's a lot that could be
I
wrong.
stand corrected.
Okay,
They're Hong Kong based.
all right, perfect. Hey, man,
wow.
fact check.
That's what you get for questioning Jean-Claude, bro.
Y'all are doing just fine. Leave me alone. I'm pouring whiskey.
Okay, I don't think I got to. I may have skipped over this part, but the army sends like 2 officers after him.
Oh yeah.
You
Try to
know,
stop
which
him.
is actually like a young Forrest Whitaker. I don't know if you remember that part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's Forrest
So
Whitaker.
they're there to like wrangle him up and bring him back so that he doesn't get hurt within the Kumite fights. So they go. This is his first time showing up. They have invitations, right? But there's the 2 people that are supposed to let them into the fight. Don't believe him because he has Tanaka to his name and they know who Tanaka is. And they're like, nah, you're a white boy. What are you doing in here? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, show us the, what do they call it here?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but they're like
The
a stack of
Dimmock.
bricks.
Yeah. They call it the Dimmock. You have to show us, which is, it's a pressure point strike. And they're like, all right, over there on the bricks, right? Do you remember this part?
Yeah, it's
You
like a
wanna
stack.
describe
It's like a stack of bricks. I'm just guessing like 8, but they want you to break the 3rd one from the bottom.
Yeah. So
Like
he goes over. No, it's just a punch. So it's a pressure strike. But they tell him like, hey, we want you to do this. And he goes, all right, which one? Pick a brick. And they do. He picks, whoever he's standing next to. I think it's Jackson, the big guy. Points at the top one here, and they go, no, the bottom one. And then all the people training stop. They all start watching him like, oh, it's like what's about to happen. He punches that shit and it breaks the bottom brick while the other 2 are still intact. So he channels his energy through the other bricks and only breaks the bottom brick. Which later in the movie, Jackson's playing around and he's like, you want to see me do it? And he punches it and it breaks the top brick. And then he's like, and he grabs the other brick and he just smashes it over his head. He's like, see?
that's got to be our beer drinking friend.
Yeah, Jackson. He's the tall, burly American guy. And then so that's just later in the movie. But after Duke does that, that's when our antagonist, Chung Lee, he walks up to him and he's like not impressed at all. Everyone else they go back to fighting, but
He
was so fucking
does a good
smug.
quote.
yeah. Do you remember what it is?
Yeah, he said the brick doesn't hit back.
Exactly. You remember this movie pretty well for not seeing it for
He
a
said it
while.
was like his
Yeah.
movie that like almost changed his life in a way.
That's pretty intimidating quote though, right? Like
Oh, hell
bricks
yeah.
don't hit back. Do you remember what this guy looks like?
Yeah, he was fucking. He was like a pudgy
His
badass though.
Like
Like a lean sumo wrestler.
one.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
One
You know
peck
he's stout.
is probably the width of my body. Like he was
Width of
two.
my body?
Yeah, he was like 2 of me
I
side
just
by
remember him
side.
being like, I remember genuinely scared of that guy.
oh, he's terrifying.
Like being like intimidated as like an 8-year-old watching this. Like I don't want to fight this guy. Little did I know.
So then you start finding out a little bit more about the Kumite, and there are 3 ways to win, and this is how it's described. It goes, now remember it's full contact. There are 3 ways to win. 1, you knock the guy out. 2, your opponent quits and yells mate. I could be pronouncing that wrong. 3, you throw that fucker right off the runway. So just remember that you knock the guy out, you throw him off the mat, or they submit by saying mate, which is pretty much uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Do I remember like their fighting platform? Was it like curved or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, look her.
So
Okay, I
I think
remember
that's.
that.
I don't think it's all the fights. It's like the very last.
finale
The
fight
finale
that was?
fight. For some reason, it's curved. It
Okay,
has like.
'cause I
It's almost like
distinctly
a.
remember that.
Like a half pipe.
Like a shitty little half pipe.
Yeah,
like not
exactly.
all the way up, but just like a small.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
like a
kickers.
beginner's half pipe.
Yep.
Like one that I would feel comfortable going in.
So, they go through starting the fights, right? This is the first day of the fights. And you quickly start to get a feeling of Chong Li's character. And you can tell he really feeds off the crowd chanting his name. Chong Li, Chong Li, Chong Li. And
I feel like I'm in it.
he says here he enjoys finishing the matches by maiming and crippling his opponent.
Jesus.
He's notorious because in the last Kumite he killed someone.
I think that was the son, right?
So
Was it?
I might have missed that part, or no, it didn't, because I think they didn't say what happened to the son. Because here I read this whole thing back, and it didn't say anything about the son dying in the Kumite. It just said that he died at an early age. But
okay.
It makes more sense though, right? That he went to the Kumite and fought and died, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be Frank Duke's motivation in the film, because you would think if that was the case, he would go there. I'm gonna avenge Tanaka's son, and he doesn't really talk about that a lot within this. So I don't think so. It would have been I feel like it would have been probably a cooler story. Like he's automatically a bad guy. But he's more there to win the Kumite, not beat this guy up. This guy just happens to be in his way, sort of thing. So let me see here. And then we see Duke's first opponent. He gets up there, he fights. He's right before his fight, you see Chung-Li, the bad guy, beat someone up within like 14 seconds. They have like a timer up.
Oh yeah.
And it's new world record. No one's won a fight that fast. And then Duke goes up, fights his guy, beats his world record in his first fight, and that pisses Chung-Li off. He's like, fuck that. So he's pissed off about the world record the entire time, but it's kind of the only time the records, because then the fights get.
To be fair though, I'd be pretty pissed if someone just beat my world record.
After you just got it.
That's justified.
Yeah. All right. So that's when. So the two cops' names are Helmer and Rollins. One of which I don't remember which one's Forrest Whitaker, but
That's the black guy.
The lazy guy.
Probably Rollins. I don't know. So they find out that with the hotel that Frank Duke is staying at, so they go and they meet him, and Duke and Jackson are chilling downstairs in the lobby, and they come up with stun guns that say they have like 500 volts in them or something like that, and like, hey, don't make me do it, sort of thing. But then Jackson is a real homeboy, tackles both the cops to let Frank Duke get away, and then he leads them on this like hilarious, just teasing them the entire way chase. Like he's not running for his life; he's literally like dancing, like you can't get me sort of chase, like doing circles around like cars,
It's like a Benny Hill situation.
Sort of, yeah. And then to the point where it leads where there's like a string of like fishing boats. And he like runs across them, and then the two cops follow him, and they end up falling hilariously off the boat.
Sounds like a Benny Hill skit.
Yeah, and then he like calls one of the those like running cabs where they like pick you up. You're on the little cart in the back. He's like, and then he jumps on one of those, and that's how he gets away. So I don't know if you remember that part. It's just sort of like he's just goofing around with them. He's not taking these guys serious at all. They're zero threat in this entire movie. I don't like as far as getting him and bringing him back. Are you remember all that part so far? All right. Let's see here. So yeah, I got him. He leads them on an amusing chase. And then we go into the next fights. This is gonna go pretty quick after this one.
Yeah, I think they start just montaging the fights.
Yeah, they start, but
Gotta have a montage.
Y'all missed it because y'all walked out. I said it on the podcast, but the movie starts with a montage.
Every movie we've ever reviewed has one montage.
This is perfect. This is, as I'm watching this, I'm like, I think I told y'all it took like 40 minutes before John Claude actually threw a punch. I'm like,
It was like
why?
the build up though.
Yeah, it's
that's
like,
good
why?
though.
Well, I was a little bored, honestly.
Oh, well, that's true. Because it's called Bloodsport. The
Yeah,
guy's not throwing
I'm
a
like,
punch
oh
yet.
my gosh,
Yeah,
why
good
am I
point.
watching this? And then it's like the
it's
montage.
slow.
And then it really kicks off though.
Yeah, then it does. And then
Yeah.
once the fighting starts, once the Kumite, then he gets there, it starts. But yeah, they start montaging all the other fighters that aren't like the main fighters.
Like you just see some guy get thrown across.
Exactly.
And he's out, and some guy. Ooh,
And then-
like
So,
he's out.
so exactly that. I think that like part of the montage is like left and right people
Yeah,
just flying
that's
off the
exactly
stage.
how I remember it. It's just guys flying off. He's out. He's out. It's the kind of montage you gotta have.
Until they stop on like one of the main characters, and then it kind of shows them like their fight a little more detailed. And the next Chung-Li fight that you see,
Our man, right? Jax. Is it with Jax?
let's see here. Oh, you're talking about Jackson. No. Right before him, he stomped someone's like kneecap and like like you see the bone like come out of his
God.
like his shin shoot out of his leg, and it's kind of nasty looking, honestly. So you can tell that this dude is like no holds barred. Like he's
That was the what's his name that did that?
Chung Lee.
Chung Lee. Yeah, he was fucking ruthless.
Yeah, he's you know.
He was an asshole looking back on it. Like
And then same with this round of fights. It shows Duke's fight, and this is where he defeats Pumola, whoever that is, by doing a split to get under his charge and punching him in the nuts. So yeah,
you got to showcase the splits in a Jean-Claude movie. That's like his trademark move.
I think it happens before this, but there's a part where
So before Johnny Cage?
what's that?
Remember Johnny Cage?
Yeah, from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Was that in the video game first?
I was gonna say that's a good question. Who did that move first?
I have no idea.
What movie just came out like in '89? I feel like Mortal Kombat
have
came
no
out like
idea.
in '91. So if this was, I don't know. That's a good question though. Who did it first?
Street Fighters go with Jean-Claude Van Damme too. But
That's a good one too.
yeah, I like that one. But there is a scene where
That'll be next time.
Jackson walks
Street
in
Fighter.
on in Jean-Claude's hotel room, and he has 2 chairs set up doing the Van Damme split.
Is he like meditating or something?
Yeah, he's like meditating, and Jackson just goes, "Oh, that just hurts me to look at." All right.
After all this though, I'd say wouldn't Jackson just fit right in with the boys? Like if we knew a guy like
100%.
that,
Yeah.
like when the cops show up and he just tackles them so you can get away. That's such a bro move.
Absolutely.
Right? And he's just chugging beers all the time. Like I want to know Jackson.
Bring him for draft night.
Hell yeah.
Well, this is where it gets a little sad for Jackson right here.
Oh shit! Spoke too
So,
soon.
so it links up to where he's fighting Chung Lee. He's the next fight. This is the one Cisco's talking about. Do you remember how it goes down?
No, I can't remember. Does he get like the backbreaker?
No. So he Jackson starts out and he pounds Chung Lee with several hammering blows and just drives him to a knee. So remember, you have to like knock them down, throw them out of the ring, or have them submit, right? But Chung Lee just goes down to one knee, but Jackson's dumbass starts cheering.
It's like probably turns around,
starts cheering,
showboating, yeah.
and the whole time, Duke is telling him, like, he already told him before the match, watch out for his right kick. Like, don't get caught by the right kick.
Yeah.
And Jack's like, yeah, I got this guy. And then he knocks him down the knee and he does the whole cheering thing. Of course, you know what's gonna happen. He turns his back to him.
He's
So
American.
Duke tries to call out, focus, focus. And that's when Chung Lee, he just delivers like a devastating kick. Obviously a right kick, just like Duke had predicted.
Where'd he get him? Like head or chest? Nuts?
So it's a devastating kick and turns the tide of the bout. It just says a kick. I can't remember exactly, but
I would say head kick.
it just sort of like
head
knocked him
trauma.
down. But then he delivers a brutal stomp to the head.
I remember he was like, wasn't he staring that dude in the eyes?
He's
when
already
he, like,
prone.
Yeah,
Jean-Claude, he went like, "Ugh."
Yeah, and he
That's something
stomps
to
him down.
Again, man, that guy like one of the guys did like my nightmares. I was terrified of this guy. He was so fucking intimidating.
He takes Jackson's Harley Davidson bandana as an
Oh, and he puts
award.
it on.
Eventually, he
wanted
puts
this,
it on his leg.
Oh, it's on
He
his
ties
leg.
it around his leg, but as he's right there, he like dangles it in front of Duke's face, like I kicked your friend's ass, sort of thing.
It's like a total ripoff of Rocky IV, though, isn't it? On his whole basis.
Right. I mean, what
Now, the Russian,
Which one?
like, killed Apollo Creed.
Well, luckily Jackson's still alive at this point. They take him to the hospital.
Prayers up,
He's
Jackson.
unconscious, but Duke vows that he's going to get revenge on Chung Lee. And I skip a lot of the love story part because whatever, she's useless.
Alex was jacking off the whole time and didn't have time to write stuff down. You see Jean-Claude's butt, right? That's when he's like, all right.
You actually do see his butt in this. I was like, what the hell? I didn't expect that. I was like, Kayla, cover your eyes.
Suspense.
All right, so then we go on to the next round of fight. I think this is like the semifinals, apparently, at this point. And Chung Lee defeats his opponent. Opponent is down for the count, and he goes down, grabs his head, and just snaps his neck.
Jesus Christ.
Just straight up kills him.
That's just straight up murder at this point.
It is. The referee goes over and like feels for a breath, and then just looks up at Chung Lee with like a shock in his eyes, and it's just like looks terrified. Like,
Well, yeah, he just killed a
you
guy.
just killed this guy, and then before it was kind of getting his rocks off there. Everyone was Chung Lee, But at this point, everyone, like even the
Audience was silent, right?
yeah, they got silent. They did a moment of silence for the dead guy. They turned around and just sort of didn't even look at him. And
That's just straight up murder.
and before, he's pissed off. He's like looking around like, why isn't anyone chanting my name, sort of thing. And he looks at Duke and he just tells him that he's next. But yeah, it's anything goes in this match. Like, you can kill people, but this dude is like,
Even when the dude's on the ground, though,
you're not.
That was probably.
I don't
that
think
might
you're
have-
supposed to.
That was probably crossing the line.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they really refined that rule yet. They probably didn't have anyone as crazy as this fucking guy yet.
Called the Chung Li rule now.
Yeah. So now we're on to the main fight.
Here we go.
We're down to Frank Duke and Chung Lee.
Fuck yeah.
Let's
But
go.
Right before the fight,
Oh, you tease. You built it up, man, just to reel it back in.
you see Chung Lee's trainer slip some sort of
thought you
it
were
almost
gonna say
looks
butt.
it almost looks like
You see his butt, too.
it almost looks like some sort of like an aspirin or something into
Oh, yeah.
HGH or
into
something.
his like his belt line, like
Oh.
kind of in his trunks, so he has it for later, whatever he's going to use that for, right? I totally forgot. Well, I'll bring it up here in a second so I don't ruin the end here. But it starts out, the fight starts. We're now on that curved platform. We're in the
Yeah.
championship round. It actually starts out pretty good for Frank Duke. He uses the referee, like jumps off the referee and for a flying kick to kick Chung Lee. And Chung Lee seems terrified, honestly, of this guy at the start of the fight. He's using the referee to kind of like staying in between him and Duke. So that's why Duke used him, like jump off of him, right? So what I forgot to mention at the beginning during the training montage, there's a big moment where not a big moment. There's a lot of training where he's blindfolded, and Tanaka teaches him to kind of fight with his vision impaired and everything. That's where this comes in handy, because as you find out that Chung Lee, he crushes that pill up in his hand and into a powder, and he turns around, fakes a punch, and then just gets it all in Duke's eyes.
That's like a classic baseball move.
Absolutely.
The sand.
Yeah, he's sliding in the second.
Yep, exactly.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand from King of the Hill. You know they sell that shit? I bought some for Dakota one year for his birthday because he's a big King of the Hill fan.
Really?
It was like Dusty Shackelford, self-defense pocket sand. It was in a little pouch with sand. He just, pocket sand, and he run away.
That's a
It was like a $5. It was like the best $5 ever spent.
Yeah. Gets in his eyes. He can't see. He's doing a bunch of blinking. And you see, it cuts to what he's seeing, and things are kind of going in and out. And
He
finally,
probably threw him some drugs.
yeah, that's what they say in here is like it's kind of hinted that it's like cocaine. But
Yeah, some kind of, obviously.
But they never say it. They never fully say that.
Yeah, but throwing cocaine in his eyes could backfire.
That's a good point. His eyes get like hugely dilated.
He starts punching with like
Rips his fucking arm.
velocity.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that wasn't cocaine, because Matt's right. That was like next level fighting.
So Duke's screaming in frustration, and in the middle of the mat, he doesn't know what to do, and then he just clears his mind and remembers his training, and that's when Chung Lee comes to punch him in the face, but Duke catches his hand. That's when it's like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
about to get Van Damme up in here, and
About to get Van Damme.
Fucked up.
like that cheating Chung Lee is still like trying to he like throws the referee at Van Damme, but Van Damme catches him and feels that oh, that's the official. And he's
Yeah.
like, he doesn't punch him. I thought it'd been pretty funny if he knocked the referee out though.
That would have been fucking awesome.
But no,
He just snaps his
but he knows his training, his mind is clear. There's nothing here. So it ends up, you could YouTube this last fight scene. It's definitely more visual than me explaining it, because he's just kicking his ass up and down. Honestly, Chung Lee doesn't have a chance to in this fight. Honestly,
Yeah, he's put on a clinic at this point, and it gets so intense, so 80s, right? The music's playing, and John Claw's just being like real dramatic with like his strikes. He's like hitting this like he's screaming. It's real
That's
slow
the one
mo.
thing I remember.
Yeah.
From that movie. It's like,
This is peak Van Damme, by the way.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
As far as like physicality, like just his physique. So
He's
he
peak shape, yeah.
Do you remember what happens though? Do you want to explain the end right there?
Well, he's from what I remember, he's just like beating his ass, and then he's finally on the ground. I can remember he's like holding him up, and he has his fist up, and he's telling him to say it, and that's where he does that submissive word. He makes him say uncle.
Yeah,
Oh, he made him tap out.
absolutely.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yep. So
That's
it's
why the best way to do it for that guy. Then.
Yep, he made
Tarnish
this
his whole image.
exactly this dude that thinks so highly of himself and
Well, he
everyone
killed the
chanting his
guy.
name. Yeah, exactly.
kill the guy.
Which he could honestly, Van Damme could have just killed him right
Yeah.
there, but you know he knew it was going to hurt him more to make him give up on his own accord.
Yeah, he crushed his pride.
Yep.
And then
Broke his spirit.
he wins the Kumite. He honors Tanaka's name. They present him with the beautiful katana as the award. And then the last little bit, wrapping it up there, he goes, I already told you about this, but he goes back to the hospital to tell Jackson all about it. Jackson's awake and alert and just pounding beers back. Everything he
hospital
says. Yeah, in the hospital bed with a can of beer and just everything. He's like, oh man, that's great. Oh, just wait. You're going to have to fight me next, just cracking jokes.
Every sentence is
Yeah.
followed by a drink.
Yeah.
It is. It's so funny. So I don't know if you had anything else like to say about the movie, but I have
So
some.
how many Oscars are we talking?
I have some funny reviews here though that I came across that I thought were pretty good. So, well, the first one's the best, but so I'll start with that though. This it says awfully acted piece of Belgium cheese with too many muscles and people doing splits wherever they get the chance, fighting in ridiculous styles, monkey foo, bashing each other's skulls in,
That was kinda
which
racist.
which is pretty,
Right.
which is
Monkey
pretty.
food, remember?
Yeah, no, it is bad. I didn't even want to mention it, but yeah, it's bad. It
Had to be him.
doesn't translate well. Bashing each other's skulls in, which is pretty violent for a film directed by a guy called Newt, hitting every trope imaginable in the worst kind of way. I've seen it 7 times, 5 stars. That's honestly,
You didn't expect that.
yeah, no. I loved it. And then another one. Did you know Jean-Claude Van Damme can do the splits? Don't worry, he'll remind you every 5 minutes.
Is this off the app that you use?
Yes,
for
yeah,
people to leave the
that's what I liked
reviews?
it. As a JCVD connoisseur and 80s action trash enthusiast, I hold Bloodsport in high regard. A crowning achievement in fight tournament movies and a young Jean-Claude Van Damme at his physical peak, as I was saying before. There's a part at the beginning where the kid plays a young JCVD and he does a stupid accent perfectly. It is Oscar worthy. Which Cisco brought that up. It's just like the kid at the beginning, dude. It's so bad. The child actors at the beginning when the flashback.
Yeah.
But it's so bad that it's almost fun. So
Where's Van
Because
Damme
he's straight
from?
faced the whole time. This kid.
Oh, he's just
I think
Too
he's
much.
From Belgium.
Oh,
that's what I said. Belgium cheese. Yeah.
They call him Belgium cheese.
Belgian cheese.
But I've seen it 7 times. 5
5
stars.
stars.
Cisco, I don't want to do this to you.
Oh, here. We can't hear you.
I don't want to do this to you, but did y'all know this is based off a true story?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing.
Okay, hold on. I'm about to
What?
break all this down because while y'all were talking, I was reading about the Yakuza and the Triads. I read a bunch about Asian gangs. And I forgot that I read this article until I started reading it. But let's take this shot, and then I'm going to tell you how Bloodsport was based off a complete lie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Cheers.
Dang, you're gonna
shot.
I think this is the first
Cisco's
podcast
childhood.
shot.
Is what?
First podcast shot on the podcast.
Oh, except when Jacob's on. Yeah, we what can over here?
Cheers, boys.
There's a lot then.
Woo! Okay. So, y'all just hang with me here.
All right, let me get a thumbs out.
All right.
We're still in.
The unbelievable story of Frank Dux, the self-proclaimed martial arts legend who inspired Bloodsport. Frank Dux said he became and that's DUX, Dux, says he became a ninja at 16, won an underground mixed martial arts fighting tournament in 1975, and was a top secret CIA operative in the 80s. When Bloodsport hit theaters in 1988, no one quite knew what to make of the film's outro text, which it claimed it was based on a true story of Frank Dux, who participated in the same secret international martial arts tournament depicted in the film. But in the years since, Bloodsport has become an action cult classic, recognized for bringing Jean-Claude Van Damme to American audiences for the very first time, and remarkably, it was really based on a true story, or at least a story that the real-life Frank Dux sold to an American screenwriter. In his memoir, Frank Dux was a teenager when he traveled to Japan and stunned its warrior class with his skills. After enlisting in the Marine Corps, he competed in the Kumite, an illegal tournament in the Bahamas that served as an inspiration for the movie. Emerging victorious, Dux returned to the U.S. with the ceremonial sword and spent the next 6 years on secret missions across Southeast Asia for the CIA. The only problem is that there's no evidence that any of it actually happened at all. Frank William Dux was born on April 6th, 1956 in Toronto, Canada, but moved to California with his family when he was 7. He was a self-described joke at Ulysses S. Grant High School in the San Fernando Valley. That is until the tutelage of Master Shinzo Tiger Tanaka, who brought him to Japan for ninja training. When the boy reached 16 years of age, Tanaka brought him to Japan to the legendary ninja land of Masuda. Frank Dux wrote in his memoir. There, the boy's outstanding abilities shocked and pleased the ninja community when he tested for the right to call himself ninja. In 1975, Dux enlisted in the Marine Corps, but was secretly invited to the 60-round Kumite Championship in Nassau. He was the first Westerner to win the Ruthless Tournament, setting world records for consecutive knockouts, 56, the fastest knockout, 3.2 seconds, and the fastest punch, 0.12 seconds. Okay. Back in the Marine Corps later with the CIA, Dux claimed to have been sent on secret covert missions to destroy a Nicaraguan fuel depot and an Iraqi chemicals weapon plant. His valor earned him the Medal of Honor.
Red for the CIA.
All right, so next one is the mysterious holes in the true story of Bloodsport. As the world transitioned from the postal service to emails and smartphones, Dux's story became increasingly non-credible. His military records showed that he never even left San Diego. His only injury was falling off a truck that he was told to paint, while the medals he was later presented were mismatched non-Marine Corps ribbons. His medical file noted that on January 22nd, 1978, Dux was referred for psychiatric evaluation for flighty and disconnected ideas. One of these was presumably Dux's claim that CIA Director William Casey himself had sent Dux on his missions, instructing the ninja from the secret confines of a men's room. And a journalist found that the Kumite trophy Dux displayed was made by a local shop in the San Fernando Valley.
Oh, fuck.
As for his mentor, Frank Dux claimed that Tanaka died on July 30th, 1975, and was buried in California by a clan of ninjas. But the state of California lists no deaths under the Tanaka name in the 1970s, so Dux pointed to the conspiracy of silence involving the CIA, ninjas, and magazine publishers, eager to retract their glowing stories on him. There is not Mr. Tanaka in Japanese history, said Ninja Master Shoto Tanemura. Many crazy guys stand up as ninja masters. In fact, the only evidence for a fighter named Shinzo Tanaka existing at all comes from Ian Fleming's James Bond novel, You Only Live Twice, where there is a ninja commander by that name. Yeah, so...
Still a great story, though.
Great
Both
story, but...
even the shit he made up, man.
Yeah, that
He's
guy,
definitely crazy. Come up with that.
Yeah, that guy...
Sorry, Cisco, your life's been a lie.
Sorry, everything's been a lie for you.
Yeah, Matt just had to burst that bubble.
Your love for martial arts has been a lie.
No, it was always about the martial arts. I never knew anything about the story.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was even based on a true story that turned out to be a lie, which sounds like a great podcast.
Well, I remember reading this article once. I found it just now, but that's a crazy story. Mortal Kombat came out in 92 and Bloodsport was in 88.
So Van Damme.
Van Damme.
Original.
Yep.
Original nut puncher.
Yep. Yep.
Very effective move, too.
Okay. Anything else on Bloodsport?
No, that's it. I'm glad you brought up that it was supposedly a true story, because I forgot that it was that. It said that.
It said that at the end. Yeah.
I was not expecting that. Imagine my shock watching this movie, and then the credit, like, but right before the credits, it's like based on a true story.
Alex goes, "Shut the fuck up!"
What? Exactly my reaction.
Or is it?
Leave you guessing.
So yeah, I was trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, he received a story by credit in the movie. All right, what are we going to now? You gonna do Big Brother?
We can do that or do that and then Hill to Die On if you got one.
Boy, do I have a fucking hill to die on.
Got one, brother.
Guy, y'all did a great job, by the way, taking the reins. Like that was a weird feeling to be able to just get up and walk around in the middle of the podcast and just take a little break. So appreciate that. You guys did a good job.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so second favorite time of the year for me, it's Big Brother premiere time. Premiere happened Wednesday. Why wasn't there an episode yesterday?
I don't know. I think
it was
they want to
Wednesday,
give them
Thursday.
time before nominations, you know, because they used to do like first day in the house, someone's going home.
Yeah.
And I think they were like, that's kind of mean because it's like a lifelong dream for a lot of people. So I think they let them enjoy like 4 days before they nominate and then evict someone, which I'm fine with. I don't like someone going home day one like that either because
Nah.
it's usually like the oldest
Not
guy
fair,
there.
right?
Yeah, it's all, they always just like the young people gang up on the one old guy. So
So I've never seen this show,
You're out.
but
turn his mic off.
was Chuck Liddell on it?
He was on Celebrity
He was on
last year.
Celebrity, yeah.
Okay.
And Misha Tate won.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mhm. She won
Misha Tate
Celebrity,
won the Celebrity
season
version.
2.
I think I watched a little bit of the Chuck Liddell just because it was Chuck Liddell.
I don't think
Yeah.
they weren't same season though, were they?
No, I think
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell was this or Misha Tate was
Before, and then Misha came on, and Misha won.
This, yeah.
She actually deserved to win. Like she was good.
Yeah, she was a good
She's
player.
a good player.
Okay, I don't know how you want to do this. I guess we can just go over the cast.
Yeah, I pulled up their pictures, so it's all first impression. So we can just say what
Yeah,
we
you can
think.
show Cisco and I
So
can show them.
when I first look what's up there now, I've got the weird search
There's some
history.
foxes.
That's that Yukazi that I was talking about. That's, my search history's fucking weird, man.
I have a question for you, real quick, Matt. So I know that you were late to Big Brother and then powered through them all. Super obsessed with it now, which I respect. Do they still do the like 24-hour fee that you can
Yeah.
buy into, and do
Yeah, it's
you
on Paramount.
participate with that?
I watch. Well, last year was my first live season that I've caught live. So this year, I tune into them every now and again. I don't like it because you kind of spoil what you're gonna watch on TV. So you can find out like who won a competition before it airs on TV.
HOH.
Okay,
He's in
yeah.
charge
You want to
this
see
week.
it kind of produced and put together.
I kind of want to see it edited down,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I
they'll
don't want
take
it ruined.
They'll take like how many
Days.
hours in a week? You know,
Days.
like 100-something hours, and break it down to basically 3 hours a
Yeah.
week.
And a lot of guys, they live on the feeds, and you can get on Reddit, and they'll
fill you in.
They'll fill you in, but I kind of want to know what's
Like that guy.
happening.
From these images, though, I think Paloma should win.
Oh yeah, you like Paloma?
Yeah, Paloma should be the
Well,
winner.
I've got some bad news for you coming up.
Oh no!
All right, so we've got Alyssa, Daniel, Amira, Pooch, Brittany, Joseph, who was an alternate because there was a guy originally casted. Turns out he was on America's Got Talent, so there's some kind of like non-compete.
I heard just a lot of people were upset that they're like, why don't y'all cast normal people other than the people
Yeah.
who've been on other reality shows?
Yeah, so
it's
Jo-
like, just get like Steve, you know, instead of this guy who's trying to promote himself.
Yeah, so
Which I'm totally fine with.
Indy, who's a Brazilian chick. She's not going to win anything, but she's good to look at.
She can win your heart.
She could win my heart. Kyle, Jasmine, Turner, Nicole. Did you ever play Apex Legends?
Yeah.
Does she not look like Bangalore?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael, Paloma, Monty, Taylor, and Terrence.
Terrence, my guy.
Right off the bat, when we got the cast, first episode was Wednesday. They released the cast on Tuesday.
Yeah, they released it only 24 hours before.
Which in years past, sometimes it's a week or 2 weeks out. Right off the bat, I was like, this cast sucks.
I hated them all.
Like,
Besides Terrence.
I don't have anybody to root for. Not looking forward to it. After the episode, a lot more people were likable.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 or 3 I don't like.
2 or 3. Yeah, me too. Terrence is like 47. He's a bus driver, like a city bus driver out of Chicago. I'm rooting for him just because he's an older dude. They usually are the first ones to get picked off.
they get picked off really quick.
They get picked off really quick. I like Monty. He's going to be kind of like a physical, and I think he'll do well.
So you have a type, Matt.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Let's see, who's next?
Nicole, I like her. She's a former cop. she was a cop for 10 years, and then now she's a private chef. So former cops, there was a winner.
Derek.
Derek. He was an undercover cop. So their skill set, they're kind of.
But you can't let them know that.
You can't let them know. No.
Because they'll know, like, how, like, if you tell them you're a detective, they'll be like, oh, well, that guy can fucking solve anything. Or
Yeah,
that guy's, really overthinking things.
We'll get him out.
Yeah, they'll be like, they'll say, I'm a teacher. I'm a whatever. They, don't tell them you're a lawyer or if you're.
So they don't know anything.
You can lie. You can lie all you want.
You can lie.
There's no rules to the game.
There's no rules as far as your social. Like, you can go in and be completely open. Be like, yeah, I'm mad. I'm 33. I've got.
No, you're not 33.
So the show's not going to snitch on them at all?
You said I can be completely open, and then you immediately lied.
I'm mad. I'm 36. I'm a project manager.
That was smooth.
I've got
though.
a kid.
I wasn't even thinking.
See, he just big brothered you, Doug.
Yeah, see.
He just lied to your face, and you
But,
believed
like,
it.
So big. The show's never going to snitch on them. Like,
No, the production will never.
They
let
don't have
anybody
any
know.
interaction with anybody other than Julie Chin, who they talk to remotely from like outside a studio.
Okay,
Yeah.
They don't have a phone, a computer, a TV. Well, they have a TV, but it's to broadcast messages to them.
Yeah.
They have no access to the outside world.
They have no books, no nothing.
Yeah, you
They have
just walk in with like clothes and cigarettes and whatever. They provide food
Yeah.
and all that shit.
So they
just
have
walk
like a
in,
pool table outside. They got a hot tub, a
which is
swimming
where
pool.
a lot of conversations go around.
Yeah.
So you try to tell somebody like, there's no rules. You can lie straight to someone's face, and then you can stab them in the back later, and that just means you're a good player. That's what you love about it. There's no Mr. Nice Guy. And when people say, I can't believe he lied right to me, and it's like, yeah,
that's
dude,
Big Brother.
he just played Big Brother on you. That's why I try to tell people, like, there's no rules. You can literally, like, swear on your mother's life and then go double cross them 5 minutes later, and they'll say, but you swore. It's like, yeah, well, look where we're at, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of Big Brother, is to lie,
That's the-
cheat, and steal your way to 750,000.
That's the part that I really got into. Is
Oh, that's the best part.
The gameplay.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so me and him, first night in the house,
You have a bond, so y'all kind of team up.
we say, hey, we're going to take each other to the final two.
And then
No
you go,
matter
you know
what.
who else is cool?
These
Cisco
two
and
guys.
Alex. And then we'll bring y'all in. Hey, there's 4 of us now. Maybe we'll swing 2 more people. Now we have a 6-person alliance. We got strength in numbers. It's all about strength in numbers.
We can
because
control votes.
Yeah, it's a voting system.
But little did you know, I've been talking to Paloma
Exactly.
about the pool. And
But y'all don't know we have a final two.
Yeah.
So we'll carry you as far as we need you.
And then we'll fucking cut
just
you.
cut you.
Send
So
you
that
home.
part of the game, the gameplay is what I like.
It's ruthless.
The
That's the whole
mind,
point.
The mind games, the strategizing, that's what I
Deceiving.
like.
Yeah, backstabbing.
So
And
is,
then-
is it pretty watered down though? With I know we talked about this before, Andrew and I, about like them just getting these pretty faces now and like
Now-
Now in the last like
influencers.
5 to whatever years,
7 years.
since social media has become more prevalent, people don't want to hurt their image. Because before, man, they would lie on a stack of Bibles and
Yeah.
then double cross you. Now it'd be like, well, I kind of want to like get this endorsement deal, or I kind of want to gain more followers.
Or I want to go on, I want to go on this reality show after this, so I don't
Yeah.
want to be viewed as a bad guy. But back in the day, like
Yeah, Big Brother was
Dude.
better back in the day for sure.
they would give him alcohol. Like one dude got kicked off like night 2 because he got drunk and like held a knife to a chick's throat. Yeah, dude.
That's the
It was
American-
fucking
the
wild.
American Big
Yeah,
Brother?
yeah.
Holy
Like season 2 or
cow.
3. Yeah, it was wild, dude. It was just much more raw back in the day because reality TV didn't grow.
It was in its infancy, yeah.
it hadn't grown into
They
this.
didn't know that once you get out, there's a whole world that viewed you this way, and like I said, you just don't want to hurt your image.
Yeah. So we met all the house guests. I think I've got mine that I'm rooting for so far. It's Monty. I like Jasmine. And Terrence. Jasmine's my low key crush.
Okay, I see Jasmine.
She's kind of hot.
And who else?
That's Jasmine.
I think Jasmine was up on your phone. Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay. Got that porcelain milkshake.
Porcelain milkshake. I kind of like Pooch. Poocherelli.
That's a great nickname too.
Yeah,
Poocherelli.
if Turner and Pooch don't come together and make an alliance called Turner and Pooch, what are they really doing? I mean, let's be honest here.
That's a great connection.
Let's be honest here.
Like CBS cast
Yeah.
those two together.
Yeah.
Like, come on, please make that connection.
But I do have a bottom 3. I don't like Turner. I don't like Taylor, Miss Michigan.
Yeah,
I don't like Kyle.
Taylor. I don't like Taylor, like you said. Kyle can suck a bag of dicks. And who was your other one? Turner.
Dude, Turner,
Turner.
looks like a weasel.
He is a
I
weasel,
thought that
dude.
I
He looks
thought
like
he
a
looked.
legit weasel.
I thought he looked like a terrible filter of like 2 people coming together. Like, but
Yeah.
once, yeah, what's your baby gonna look like? But once you get to know him, like he lived in a van for a long time. He owns like his own vintage shop. Oh, he's
You
lying.
didn't get on Reddit. You haven't been on Reddit.
He's a lying piece
So
of shit.
his sister came out.
She's gay.
No.
Sorry.
That doesn't.
Came out of the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're talking
His
about.
sister apparently says this dude's a big piece of shit.
What?
And,
His own sister said
she's
that?
mad that CBS is giving him a platform because he's got like DV charges against him,
What's TV?
domestic violence.
Oh wow, that sucks.
He's like emotionally abusive to like his family.
No shit. Well, fuck that,
And
guy.
that's why he was out living out on a fucking van because
'Cause
nobody wanted him.
Nobody
around.
wanted him. Wow. Okay.
So-
well, yeah. Well, I agree with your bottom three. Then I
Yeah,
didn't know
don't
that.
like that
Always
dude.
trust Reddit too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Everything you read on the internet's true.
Yeah,
so I believe it.
Kyle says he's unemployed, but really
That guy's
he's
fucking
trying to
douche.
make it big on TikTok.
He
and
wants. He's there as a platform.
he's a
That's
mo-
the why I hate him so much.
He's a Mormon from
Ex-Mormon.
Utah, ex-Mormon from Utah. He makes cringy dance videos
like
with his mom,
like
and his
twerking
sisters.
and stuff with his
No
family.
way.
It's gross.
Every time you see him in a home video, he's twerking with his mom.
Yeah, it's really cringy. So yeah, night one really there wasn't a whole lot to do. They had all the house guests in. You meet all the house guests, and then they had an HOH competition, which is head of household. So head of household, he is kind of in charge for the week. He nominates 2 people for eviction at the end of the week. So for the HOH competition, they kind of had 3 mini games, and the winner of those 3 mini games got to play for
Got to advance to like a championship round.
to decide who was
decide,
HOH.
It was Daniel, Monty, and there was another dude, Turner. Wasn't it Turner?
Yeah, it was Turner. Daniel, Monty, and Turner. Daniel ended up getting.
It was a puzzle. They had basically had to put a puzzle,
They had
like
to
a
put a
3D
puzzle
puzzle
together.
together.
So Daniel.
It was really close though.
Yeah, Daniel won. So he's HOH. Pooch got what they called a backstage pass because this every game has a theme. So it's either like I don't know, like surfing.
Yeah, it's always
or-
different.
It's always a different theme. This one happened to be like a festival theme, like a music festival. So they had this thing
Really,
called
I think the whole season's going to be like
Yeah,
a summer
like a
festival,
festival.
theme. Yeah.
So
they really
had
were
this,
pushing that.
They had this thing called the backstage pass, and it was selected at random. And Pooch was selected, so he didn't get to compete in any of the games. He doesn't get to compete in any of the competitions later this week.
But he's safe.
But he's safe,
He can't
so he
go
can't be
home.
nominated.
Yeah, he can't go home at all.
So at the end of it, he had to pick 3 other people to be in the backstage with him.
Who one of them could potentially be nominated. There was like a twist where it wasn't like they're safe either.
Yeah,
one of
they're
them
not
could,
safe. They can
yeah.
still be. They can still be nominated.
One of them could still be nominated.
And-
So it wasn't like a prize for everybody. He had to. It was kind of like, whoever gets picked. Is
So
gonna
let
kinda
me,
be short
since you don't know
straws.
the game, let me break it down for you, like how the week goes. So there's an HOH competition, and HOH is selected, and then he or she nominates 2 for eviction, and then there's what's called a POV or a power of veto competition. It's where the 2 people nominated for eviction, and then 4 other players they get to
At
play
random draw.
at random draw,
Yeah, they-
get to play in a competition to win a veto play.
Okay.
So if if one of the 2
Yeah, say y'all are nominated,
And
and
one
when
of you-
you win, you want to veto his nomination to take yourself.
you're
to
gonna
save
take,
yourself.
you're gonna save yourself.
It's just a common move to save yourself.
And
You
then
veto it.
Then the HOH has
He has to
pick a
nominate.
replacement.
They got to nominate someone else.
and then Sunday is the vote, and then,
Okay.
and then the week starts all over. Another HOH.
yeah,
Another
well, and you should say with the vote, it's what's it called?
unanimous or it's
Not unanimous.
anonymous.
Anonymous. Yeah. Where you
Anonymous.
go in a back room and you'll say, I cast my vote to evict Alex. No one else knows it. I said it to a camera. Nobody was in there with me. So they'll
You
say,
can see it as the viewer.
yeah, we see it, but no one else in the house. So they don't
Yeah.
know who voted for who. That way you can't get fucked over next week.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, by a vote to 6-4, Alex, you've been evicted.
been
and it's
evicted.
it. You're done. You got to go. Meanwhile, you're safe. You
Yeah.
you made it through one more week.
Yeah.
And they just do that week after week after week until there's down to 3. And then
those 3.
and then 3 goes down to 2 real quick in the same night, and then the final 2 get voted on by people who were already evicted.
yeah.
That's basically it. And that's why you have to lie and everything. You can be honest and upfront, but that rarely works. You kind of have to play all angles. You have to be on everybody's good side, but not too much to where it looks like you have a favorite.
So
It's like an art form,
So
dude.
there's 16 people. The first 4 are eliminated, and they just go straight home.
Yeah.
And then everybody after that until the final 3 go to jury.
I think they have 9.
They have
so
9.
It's an odd number.
They have 9 jury members, and those are the ones who vote ultimately who wins the game. So another aspect of the game is what's called jury management. So
Yeah,
once you
big
start
time.
getting people in jury,
Yeah.
you've got to figure out, okay, if I eliminate Alex, Do I have his vote?
You want to at least be nice
So,
to him on the way out.
When
though.
they get evicted, it's not like they're watching the show.
No.
It's like they have a grudge.
Nope. They go to another they go to a house and
sequestered.
they get sequestered and they're quarantined at another house and they don't know what's going on.
well, until someone else gets not, and then they come and they bring a little recap and they
Of
get
the
to watch
last
a recap.
week.
But they don't get to see like
No.
they see like 1 hour a week of what's going
But
on. They
could
get like
possibly
very limited.
Could they possibly be persuaded by
Other jury members?
Other jury members?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because you'll come in and you'll say, you know what, Matt's actually a really good guy. He really cares for us, and or they'll say Matt's a piece of shit. He lied to me too, and they'll go, oh, Matt lied to me too, and that could really taint the
Oh.
jury because
Okay.
because you don't want to. That's what I'm saying. You got to be very careful because if you do too much, too fast, it could like really. That's what happened to Paul. Paul should have won twice.
Twice, yeah.
But he just didn't manage the jury correctly, and
So yeah,
got fucked over.
there's a lot of angles. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can play.
It's
You
a
can
great show of all time.
you can try to be a power player and win a lot of competitions.
Yeah.
You can lay low and kind of sit back
floater.
and be a floater and kind of get your couple people and be loyal to them. But there's a lot of ways to play it, and if you're into strategy and kind of mind games, it's really. I didn't think I would like. You may have listened to old episodes when he would talk about Big Brother.
I got 60 seconds.
Dude, I would sit back. This is the dumbest shit ever. And then I started watching. He got me. It may have been last year. He got me.
It would have been at least a year before.
I
I
love
think.
when you were hooked on it and watching it at work and like
Dude,
neglecting his family.
yeah, like you power through it like every because I mean y'all do a podcast every week or try to, but
Yeah, once every 3 months.
Yeah, we don't
But it was
talk
just-
about that.
It's just funny, like the next episode.
No, Matt would be like,
he's
while
already
we were
through-
gone, I watched 7 seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
They're each like it's on 3 days a week. So I mean, all
It's 30.
summer.
It's usually like 30 episodes.
Yeah, so he's talking about like hundreds of episodes.
But you got to think, I sit at my desk 9 hours a day.
and he doesn't work.
And you can probably just listen to it.
Yeah, and I may look down
when
if
some- when
something's
he-
happening.
And if something's getting loud, you kind of watch.
Yeah, but I can sit here and
That's
have
what
my
people
phone
do with
right
live
here.
feeds.
Yeah,
You can put it on right now, and
Yeah.
there's like 100-something cameras. Because there's just cameras everywhere and mics everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no film crew following them. There's just cameras
and
everywhere. So that's why you feel natural.
And that's where you pick up on the little conversations, and you can see, oh well, these two are talking, and then these four are hanging out, and then they're starting this alliance, and they're plotting.
Yeah, you
if
see,
you get into all that, like it's
He'll tell you like first hand. I'll be the one in the cut. Be like, hey, this motherfucker's talking about me.
Yeah.
And then sit back and watch it.
Cisco would be so funny to watch in this. He would have so many other people fighting, and no
And-
one would even
and
paying attention.
there's
That's
that-
actually a smart
there's
strategy.
that angle, like
Yeah,
the
that's a smart-
instigator, the
that's not a bad
agitator.
strategy.
Like people will play both sides. Like, yeah, well, I heard they're gunning for you next week, so, and then they'll go over to the other side.
but
like, yeah, dude,
flip
they have
side
no
is,
idea.
if you get caught in that lie,
You're
are fucked.
fucked.
Oh yeah,
You're
Cisco-
going home.
That's the only problem with Cisco. He'd be caught laughing on the couch or
Yeah.
whenever they're doing the vote.
If they figure it out, you'd be out so fast.
But if you want to get into it, you can watch everything on Paramount Plus. If you want it,
Okay.
I got my login. I'll give you my login, and you
Okay.
can start watching Big Brother. And then you can catch, if you want to watch the live season, it's on Channel 11, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
Yep, highly recommended. You want to do Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Let's take a shot, and then we'll do Fuck, Marry, Kill. I gotta pull up my cast again.
Oh, gotcha.
You gotta send me this, so it's gotta go on Instagram.
Send you what?
He just took.
What's your wax back?
No, get the experience. Get the full experience.
It's getting hot under here.
Yeah, it's kind of cool for me. It's cooling off.
Okay, I guess we should point out Daniel got HOH. He won. It'll be kind of interesting. I'm not watching live feeds, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
it's
know,
already made.
I know alliances have already formed.
Yeah.
That picture that you made a meme
Yeah,
of.
I didn't make. I made the meme. Somebody
made the
else did
meme.
all the work.
Yeah, they
making
did the
that,
work.
making that like board. Which that's really a great way to describe Big Brother.
Yeah.
There's like so much going on. You're trying to connect it all.
especially early.
Trying to explain it to somebody who doesn't know it, they'll just.
Yeah, I
walk
felt
away.
like I was all over the place explaining to Cisco. But if you want to watch it, you can start with an old season. You can watch live.
What would
Yeah.
be
Season 10.
your season 10?
10 or 16.
10 or 16?
Or any Big Brother Canada season, because Big
Yeah,
Brother
apparently
Canada is
Matt loves Big Brother. I haven't watched any Canada.
it is far superior. It is better than anything they've put out. The U.S. has put out since 16. Probably the best player of all time plays in season 10.
You talking about Dan?
Dan, yeah,
Oh, Dan over Derek?
yeah.
I could see that.
I think Derek used Cody
Eric was like mind games too. Oh yeah,
I think he used
to put
Cody
his
as a
buckle.
shield.
Yeah, and a
a
shield.
lot.
Dan probably is because even after he came back,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say he still got all the way to second, didn't he?
Yeah, and
After they knew the kind of player he was.
and the most iconic, I can't say the most. One of the most iconic scenes or speeches in Big Brother history was his Dan's funeral.
Yeah, Dan's funeral. Yeah,
This dude backed himself into a corner, like he had lied himself into a corner.
and he
like-
had a punishment. He had to go in a closet for like 24 hours
24
straight,
hours.
with
And-
total isolation. And instead of just sitting there and just like moping, he came up with his plan.
And he had a funeral for himself.
He called everybody.
He called everybody
made a
in.
big deal. He started crying. Everyone felt so bad for him. And he was like, in his head, he's like, these fucking idiots are buying this right now. And he
The
ended up,
funeral was like just.
It was like a
admitting you're
metaphor.
losing-
It was like a metaphor.
for like, my game is dead. You know, I lied to you, and I'm so sorry for what I did to you.
I know
Please
I'm getting
forgive
voted
me.
out.
Yeah.
Because before he went into isolation, he was gone. And then he went into isolation, came up with this plan, called everybody together, put on this great performance, like this acting job, and then he survived. And then he went on
We're on to win.
to win. And
that was probably the greatest moment in Big Brother
and
history, in my
to
opinion.
boot, to top it all off, this dude is a Catholic school preacher.
He's not a preacher. He's like
Or,
a football,
sorry,
he's a
Catholic
coach,
school teacher.
Teacher
Sorry.
and coach. He's like a
Coach,
football
yeah.
coach.
But yeah, season 10 or 16 is probably a
Yeah, he
great
always wore his
starting point.
cross, and he was like, sorry. Like, every time he, like,
Yeah.
lied, like, apologized and, like, kissed his cross.
All
A
right,
better performance than the Amber Heard.
dude, it was so good.
Where do you think she learned all this from, dude?
Yeah, where do you-
Dan Giesling.
Yeah.
Season 10.
All right, so we're gonna do, and you know, it's just off of looks. They could play too. We're gonna play Fuck, Marry, Kill with the cast.
All right.
All right, who you
I'm
going?
killing that guy.
You killing who? You killing Turner? Dan. Cisco was quick on that.
Yeah,
All
you'll
right,
fit
I'll
right
go
in the Big
first.
Brother community.
I'm fucking Indy Santos, the Brazilian bombshell.
Okay, I'm fuck. Yeah.
No, you ain't fucking her too. Get out of here. That's why I went first.
No Eskimo Brothers.
No, we're not Eskimo brothers.
Indy?
Her name's
Yeah,
Indy.
okay.
Indy Santos.
I thought you
All
said
right,
Andy.
so-
I was looking for an Andy.
So I'm gonna fuck.
You fucking looking for Andy? Hey, there was a gay guy named Andy that won.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck Paloma.
Ah, man, y'all are gonna have.
Bro, can we be Eskimo?
We
Bro?
can be Eskimo. I won't be stingy, bro.
Okay.
I am. You ain't touching my Brazilian girl.
All right, who you fucking?
All right. Give me a few more seconds. I gotta.
You're good.
analyze.
Oh man.
He likes Paloma too.
Hey, more Eskimo Brothers, the merrier.
Who to marry?
Fuck him or marry him. You tell me. Or you can kill her.
I can kill more than one person.
You can kill everyone. He's going straight murder
Okay,
for all
I got
three.
I got mine. Are we just doing fuck right now?
Yeah, we're doing. Who you hooking up with, dog?
I'm definitely hitting Paloma up.
Okay,
Okay, who
We're
you got?
Eskimo
Cisco.
brothers.
you can be Eskimo Brothers. You can say Paloma.
So this was Mary. That's what we just did.
No,
No, we're doing
we're gonna
who you
fuck
fucking?
right now.
Oh yeah.
Y'all are all fucking Paloma.
Yeah.
Y'all dirty dogs.
I'm first though.
It goes by age.
Okay. Oh wait, that makes me last.
Gross.
Who are you marrying?
I am gonna marry Joseph Abdin, the Syrian beefcake lawyer, who's gonna take care of me and hold me in those big arms.
Point
Okay.
point out where? Oh, I see him.
The replacement.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Total beefcake.
Yeah, he's ripped.
Successful
Chiseled.
lawyer. He was like Syrian and something else, like something so exotic. Seemed like total cool dude.
Total beefcake.
Total beefcake. We're gonna just watch like Top Gun Maverick in theater together, you know, like fucking play some foosball afterwards. Whatever happens, happens. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a non-sexual kind of marriage, you know? You never know.
Sugar daddy.
Last year I married Travis, the beach dude from Hawaii. That was in Austin and moved to Hawaii.
All right,
Gotta go with beefcake.
I'm gonna marry Jasmine. She looks like she'll take care of me. She's Southern.
That's good.
She looks like she can take care of me.
All right.
So
Good enough.
I feel like these next two answers we're at a disadvantage because we don't know their personalities. So I'm basically going off of looks, but
You can marry Paloma. She's that good, bro.
I gotta choose someone different though, right?
Oh, well,
And
I
I'm
think
not-
you do. Yeah.
I'm not
that's
gonna
only
marry
fair.
someone these two guys are fucking.
That's true. Yeah, you should mix it up. These dirty assholes.
I'm gonna marry Mira.
Okay.
Mira's cute.
Amira. She's should be at the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cute little thing.
All right. Big decision, Cisco. Who you got? Looking at Terrence. He scrolled down and just stopped
Hey,
right there.
think about it. He's a bus driver. He doesn't make that good of
Probably
money.
got that union job, though. Probably set up.
And he's a DJ.
Oh, dude, he is. He's like the hottest DJ. He's like DJ Showtime.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, give me the cop, dude.
Okay.
I want the
Okay.
pension.
All right,
Nicole
cool.
Leong. Okay. And this is an easy one. I'm killing Kyle. I can't stand that guy.
Killing
That makes TikTok
Kyle?
videos. That makes TikTok videos with his mom.
I think I might have seen him like on my because I'll send him like some dance videos every once in a while, and
Kill
I
him.
think I've seen him.
You probably have.
Side note capsule right in his dumb
Like I've seen
head.
like his mom like shake.
He said he's
shake-
Mormon,
like he
right?
like
Is
he
he
like
dancing?
pretended to like cough and it started like dancing or something.
I'm gonna kill Taylor. I'm gonna kill Miss Michigan.
That's a good pick too. I should say we're all just kidding here.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm gonna kill
endorse.
the weasel, dude.
Hypothetically, I'm a pacifist.
Matthew's gonna die.
Turner. He just goes by Turner. All right, that's a good pick too. Now that we know he's a piece of shit. Alex, are you killing?
Man.
Just don't kill Terrence or my husband. Okay, I can't go back to working. I need that
dude,
beefcake.
Daniel's haircut's pissing me off, bro. I think I got to take him out.
Daniel,
Choke him by his hair.
Yeah.
the female version of your wife, dog.
And if you need any more motivation to kill him, he's a Elvis impersonator.
Oh,
in
that's
Vegas.
true. He's like a Vegas Elvis, which kind of means pretty good
I'm
though
gonna
if he's in Vegas doing that.
Stomp him out with some blue suede shoes.
All right, sorry, dudes. You did.
Who are you killing?
Oh, I was killing Turner.
Oh, oh yeah, you already said. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I didn't know that about
I feel
him.
bad. Did anyone say anything about Alyssa? Because Alyssa's kind of a fox.
That's what I'm
too.
saying. Nobody wanted to fuck her or marry her. Fuck
Ah,
it, she can come
dude.
over with me.
I feel bad. I don't know.
You know what? Joseph's pretty cool about open marriages, so I think we can swing that.
Is he cool about open marriages or arranged marriages?
Ooh, Middle Eastern joke.
Hey. All right. We got anything else on? Do you want to give a prediction on the winner?
Oh yeah, we can do that. I think Monty, just because he's big, strong, and actually seems really smart, but that can put a big target on your back.
I feel like I haven't seen the show, but maybe Jasmine.
Jasmine's
I like
actually
it.
a solid
I like
pick.
it.
Yeah, I like that pick. Because it's not all you don't want to just go with like the big strong guy. Because
looks
lots
like
of
a
times
lawyer
you'll
in
see
that
that as a target.
who'd
I
you
think
say?
she is. Might have been.
What'd you say?
I said maybe Monty.
Monty seems like
He seems like he has a really good personality.
Yeah.
And if you're like Xavier last year, very fucking strong dude, very great player,
Attorney.
but he also had a great. Yeah, we didn't tell anybody that.
Yeah, he didn't
But he
tell
also had a
anybody he
great
was attorney.
social game. Social game's a big part of it. You can't just be like a beefcake because you can't win HOH 2 weeks in a row. So you're not just going to run the house.
Yeah.
Every week it's somebody different. So you got to be able to make friendships.
So it has to be somebody different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't
Okay.
go back.
So
to back.
that prevents somebody from just going on
Yeah, you
like
can't
a
just
eight,
run the house.
like
Like
a
a spree.
4 week.
I think I am going to go Monte because I think he's going to form alliances that'll keep himself early, and he might just kind of like blow up near the end once there's like down to like 6 people. So I'll say Monty.
I'm gonna go wild card here because I think we haven't had a female winner in a while. I'm gonna go Nicole because with her cop background and I think she can be a comp threat.
Basically like Casey from
Yeah,
a few years ago.
comp
I
threat.
think she was the last female to win.
I think Nicole's got a chance. And
Yeah.
I think she'll do well socially.
I feel like she has a lot of muscles too.
She
Does
does.
she?
Yeah, she's in good shape.
I think I'm gonna call my shot here and say that it's the final 2 is gonna be Pooch versus Jasmine, and Jasmine's gonna win.
Taking your wife, huh? Or was that your wife?
That's my wife. That's my boo. All
Pooch
right.
seems like the kind of guy though, like Brent Champagne last year, like
Brent Champagne.
that would kind of just shoot himself in the foot by like
Yeah.
a lot of those guys that are like East Coast. And no, not to stereotype them, but I think they just have like much too much of what's the word, like confidence or just machismo, and they kind of talk themselves up too much.
Yeah.
And that can just fuck you
So
over.
it's not like likable in any sense.
Well, no,
It can come off as brash.
you're just being cocky and
Yeah.
brash. Yeah, it can just kind of bite you in the ass.
Yeah, I can. I
He's,
honestly could be
and
totally
there's nothing wrong with that in the real world. You want to have confidence, but in the Big Brother house, if you're just like, I'm the strongest guy here, I'm the smartest guy here, they're like, well, then fuck, I need to get you out because you're the biggest competition to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Good point.
And I just think he'd be that kind of guy. I could be totally wrong, though. He could be the most likable guy. And it really, to me, to play good Big Brother games, you got to be likable. You got to be able to like people like you, trust you,
Charisma.
but have the balls to like lie and to stab them in the back. Like we said, Andy a few years ago.
Yeah.
He was very just like kind of petite, little likable gay guy, and everyone just was on his. But then when it came down to it, he would make ruthless decisions. But he would be like pat you on the back, smile as you walked out the door, and they're like, oh,
He
yeah,
won?
that's a good guy. Yeah, he
he
won
won.
because everyone liked him. They're like, oh, he did me dirty, but we're
Yeah.
friends.
Did so what day do these come on?
Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
Oh my god!
It
And
is
what
week.
Just set your DVR.
at like 7? or something?
7:30, something like
Okay.
that.
It's either
I'm a bit interested now since I've stared at their pictures for like 30 something minutes.
Just set your DVR. You can find it You can find it on Paramount Plus. You can watch episode 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, they upload them, I think, the next day.
Yeah.
What's our time right now? I'm just curious.
2.5.
Golly. Okay.
I've
I've been saying a lot of golly lately, too.
Golly.
Since I got kids, I can't say goddamn. It's just golly. Look at that. I feel like such an old man.
I don't know. I didn't prepare anything for sports. I was gonna do this thing where I started previewing World Cup, like U.S. players.
Oh, we ain't got time for that shit.
I
bro.
know.
It's gonna be a 4-hour episode, man.
Just where you could watch them, like leading
schedule,
up,
yeah.
like leading up to the
Well,
World Cup.
it
And
starts.
Should we bring up Olive Garden?
Oh,
that's your hill to die
on.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Let's hear it. Come on, man.
Who's going? You
My
going
hill to
first?
die on is that Olive
Alex
Garden
fucking cracking knuckles.
is trash.
Why?
Where do you live? Can you tell me just a general area?
Flowermound.
He's gonna
You're
Google
telling
it.
me that you can't find a better Italian food in Flower Mound.
I mean, I could try, but so I think that you're misunderstanding my argument.
Maybe I am. Give me your argument.
So I'm not saying that Olive Garden is high quality food.
No.
That it's high quality
That goes absolutely
Italian food. But for you both to say, which I don't know Cisco's opinion, but for you both to say like it's hot dog shit garbage, I can't let that stand.
I never said hot dog shit.
I like the way you described it, but I didn't describe it like that.
the way that you literally said by a landfill. whenever
You
I-
said, where's it located? By a landfill?
so
Okay, I stand by that joke. That was a good joke.
But I guess why is it trash? Tell me why it's trash.
In comparison to other places that
No. Tell me why it's trash.
Okay.
You could do that with everything. You could do that with the fucking hamburger.
You're absolutely right. The breadsticks used to be good. Now, 3 out of the 5 are croutons. You don't ever get a soft breadstick.
Okay.
Never
Well, when's
get
the
a
last
soft-
time you've been? You act like this is.
I bought him a gift card for Christmas.
Yeah.
Did you
As a
really?
joke.
As a joke. That's a solid. That's better than your landfill
That was like a way
joke.
of trolling him. He's like, oh, cool, Olive Garden.
Landry likes it, so I have to eat there every
Okay.
once in a while. My sister,
Okay.
when we visit her, she loves it, so I have to eat there every once in a while.
Last time
Okay.
I went, I just had a bad
But
experience.
guess what? Just ask for another batch of breadsticks because they're free,
Why?
brother.
They're going to cough all over that.
The next 3, 60% of them are going to be croutons.
Okay, guess what? They're free, bro, and they taste delicious when you get a good one. Try it out.
I did. And the only way
Okay,
the only
so
way I can choke it down is if
what
I
else?
order a $4 bottle of
What else? I
Alfredo.
don't accept it. I don't accept the breadstick. What else you got? Why else is it trash?
It's just not good food.
That's all you got,
It's just
brother.
not good food.
No,
That's
listen.
kind of
here.
the only argument you need, though, when you're talking about restaurant quality.
But like my argument to you is, okay, so do you have a like either the biggest issue I have is the acting too good for it. I am
for it.
Let me stick my nose up to this pasta that is literally fucking noodles and sauce, bro. And like
Exactly. So why do I have to pay $36 for a plate
okay,
of
I'll give you
spaghetti?
that. It's too pricey.
Alex finally budges this much.
It's too pricey. But where else besides now the funny thing is, I meant to mention this. Our very first podcast together, I had fucking notes on notes about Olive Garden. You never brought it up. I printed out.
Why did you have so many notes on Olive Garden?
We talked about it, and
Psychopath.
I thought you were gonna.
I carry him with me
I
everywhere.
thought you were gonna bring it up. But one of my biggest arguments is that it's available, it's accessible. It's not. Yes, you can go and take a random shot in the dark at some Italian place, but how do you know that that's gonna be?
So you're like a creature of comfort.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm a creature of comfort. But like Andrew said earlier, like Macaroni and Grill, or
Which I found out is closed now. Apparently nobody else went there. So I'm in the minority
some
there.
places, or what else?
Carino's.
Carino's
Johnny
is here.
Carino's. Like there's one in Oklahoma City. There's one there.
There's
Like
one like 4 miles that way, though.
Yeah, I
You
understand.
don't have to
Walk down-
exaggerate to another state.
But I understand that it's
not right down the road.
That's
That's
still
what
an
he's saying.
hour from me. You know, when I'm talking about myself.
Matt found a place today.
But there's
What was it called?
Belucci's.
He always does that.
There's
Do you
definitely
order your food like this? Because I feel like you have to.
There's definitely.
I think you'd get slapped.
No one sees the Italian hands we're doing right now. Looks like a duck's attacking me.
There's definitely mom and pop like places that you can go and get Italian food at. And I'm not, like I said, if if you say, hey, I want to go get a burger and fries or like whatever else, and the family wants to go to Chili's, you just go to Chili's. It's like, it's not a big deal. That's the equivalent of what you get at Olive Garden. You're just going to get some fucking spaghetti.
Yeah. In all seriousness, my attitude towards Olive Garden is my attitude toward every chain restaurant. It is just not good food.
Okay.
To me.
I'm okay with that.
And if I can go somewhere else, I'll take a chance. In being in the restaurant industry, my family owning restaurants, I would much rather give my money to a small mom and pop and it not be good and me mark it off the list.
Okay, that I understand that.
And I'm limited. We only have so much here. If I lived in a town that had cool options, good options.
But does Flower Mound have that? Oh, you're just talking about in general?
In general. I'm just saying,
Okay.
if I lived in an area, just name it, made up town, but I've got tons
New York
of cool
City.
pubs
Totally
and little delis and mom and pop, I would never go to a chain.
What are you getting when you go to any Italian food place? What sort of
That's a
what's
good
your
question.
go-to?
I do like chicken parm. That's a fucking
That's-
go-to.
yeah, that's
or
all
it's
it-
like probably chicken Alfredo, one of those two.
Okay, that's kind of my main question. Are you going Alfredo or are you going red sauce?
I can do both. I prefer a cream based sauce.
I think that's
Alfredo.
the biggest reason why y'all don't like, because I don't like Olive Garden's Alfredo shit either. I think it's disgusting, honestly. The Alfredo stuff, especially like if you get it, like, you know, when they do the like buy one get one to take with you, reheating that stuff, dude. It's just greasy.
yeah.
It's a greasy,
and it's
gross
gritty.
mess. It's not good, but I do like the tomato based sauces that they have. I don't think it's bad. And to your opinion, like, you can find YouTube videos, because I looked it up today because I'm a bit obsessive about this because I really like Olive Garden. You can find Italian people eating Olive Garden and they're like, oh no, like this. I've heard this is gonna be bad. I heard it's gonna be bad, and they don't fucking mind it. They don't care.
I'm gonna send you a TikTok.
There's a
when we get
there's a
done.
video of like old ladies, like old Italian ladies, like trying it, and there's some like the older, the more they're against it, but then like there's some that are like, this isn't nearly as bad as
Wow, what a ringing endorsement.
As I
this
thought it was
isn't
gonna be.
nearly as bad as I thought.
Well, think about it. That's all they hear is like, oh, America has this. I'm not going to try to do an Italian accent.
Please do an Italian accent.
They had, you know, and like spaghetti and meatballs is like a made up thing. Even though like while I was in Rome, I asked for spaghetti and meatballs.
That's a made up. What are you talking about?
It's American. It's
Yeah,
not
what?
Italian.
And that's another. And
What
that's
do they call
not-
it? Meat sauce?
Well, they don't have meatball. It's not.
No.
a meat-
Shut the
meatball
fuck
is
up.
not a
What
thing.
they were in jail on the Goodfellas and they were fucking making meatballs.
Yeah, but those are Americans.
True that. Good point. Good
My
point.
my thing is I didn't.
Lamb and tuna.
Well, you know what? We fucking do it better over here.
Well, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you know, I went to Italy too, and I didn't see one chicken parm. I didn't see Alfredo.
That's all us.
It's all us. Pizza is us. The pizza we know, that's us. Their pizza over there is completely different. Completely different
Like
style.
Chicago style?
I didn't get to.
No, it's
I can show you a picture. It's interesting.
Is it
it's in
better
the
or worse?
family, but it's not.
It's different.
It's
I don't.
not what we. It's not Pizza Hut, Papa John's. It's not what we do. It's not even New York style. It's totally different. I don't know how to explain
Dude,
it. You had it over there.
I'm
I
not sure
had
if it's like if they may make it differently. I'm sure they make it differently in different parts of Italy.
I'm about to say, and it's regional
but like
over there.
what I had was a very fluffy, pillory crust.
Yep.
And then the middle of the pizza, extremely thin.
I mean, I'm talking
That exactly like
razor paper thin, and
Like-
it's basil and big chunks of mozz. Like, it's not.
Sounds like we're doing it better.
I don't know, man. It was fucking good.
it was
but-
very tasty.
That's
But
good,
I
though.
will. You know,
Yeah, you gotta check out Jimmy's because everything's imported. Like all the seasonings and wine and all that stuff's imported from Italy. All their meats and proteins are imported from Chicago. It's
Is that place you took me? It's like a sandwich shop?
yeah, the sandwich shop.
God damn, that looked good. Yeah, I'll try that.
but yeah, I'll be serious for a second. I bust your balls because it was kind of like a blood shark in the water type deal. Like,
yeah, I knew what you were.
we
doing.
were we were going back and forth, but that's my argument with any Chili's,
So-
Fridays, Applebee's. Like, if I have if I have a choice between Pop's Burger Stand and Chili's or McDonald's or Whataburger, I'm going to the mom and pop every single
You
time.
had me until Whataburger.
It makes-
I fucking love Whataburger.
It makes complete sense. I get where you're coming from now with that as well. my only issue is like I know I like the chicken parmesan from Olive Garden, and like just using that as an example because after I got back from my trip, I wanted to try different pizza places right like around town, right?
Yeah.
And like for instance, I tried this one. I just looked up a random place, and they're like, oh, like really good brick oven pizza sort of thing. I go and get it, and they cut it into squares. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so pissed. I'm like, no, dude, I don't want to take that risk. I'm going to go and just get what I like, and I'm good there. But also like I had it a whole bunch. Yes, you can go and get better quality food elsewhere, but I know what I like, and for the fact that, and the reason why I get so heated is y'all are just like, it's not good at all. It's terrible.
We didn't say it's not good at all. We just said there's better options. I think that was
No, that's not true. Y'all said it was not good at all.
Word for word, what I said is the Denny's of Italian food.
Do you like Denny's?
No.
I fucking hate Denny's. That's the point.
How do you not like Denny's? Like
There's better options. Waffle House.
No, that's not the question. There's better options. Do you like Denny's? And you said no.
No. Food is not
So you
good.
So you don't like breakfast food.
I do. I just don't like Denny's breakfast food.
What's the difference?
Quality.
What's the difference? They have different quality. They're getting their eggs from different hens.
Probably not.
You see, your point's lost with me. Your point's lost
So why
with me when
have
it gets to
different
that
restaurants then? Why have different? Well, let's just have one place called restaurant. Since there's no difference, let's just have one restaurant. Where are we going? Fuck, we only got one place.
Well,
Restaurant.
tell me the fucking difference then.
The difference is quality of food and how it's prepared and the seasonings used and the people cooking it.
Well, like
You're
for me,
gonna
I know.
You want Joanne who smokes a pack of Camels unfiltered a day, or would you rather have some dude that's kind of studied and has a passion for it over here cooking your food?
And you know that's happening with any mom and pop place you're going. You could get the same sort of Joanne smoking a pack going to any place that you go to. You're not fucking researching who's in the back cooking up food.
But if you're a regular, you figure that out.
Yeah, I'm a regular at the Olive Garden that I go to, and I know the fucking chicken parm is really good.
I feel like Alex just really wants chicken parm from
Dude,
Olive
it actually
Garden.
sounds really good.
Dude, I think we can make it by 11 if we leave now.
Alex gonna walk in all heated, fucking flip a table, get this man a chicken parm.
All right, let's put it to bed. You like Olive Garden. I love that you love Olive Garden.
I know what to get you for your birthday, buddy.
Hey, man,
Olive Garden gift cards.
I'll take it.
All
No,
right.
for real though, you gotta try Tuscan slice.
You know what I
down here.
don't like though is fucking Red Lobster.
Why don't you like Red Lobster?
Because it's way too expensive.
Okay.
Now if we're talking price, like I can kind of make it.
St. Clair's a.
I can kind of make it to a point with Olive Garden,
Yep.
but Red Lobster is just
Seafood is one though that you can
was.
dent on quality. You can ding them for quality because seafood you
Yeah.
can get bad. You can get cheap
You
seafood.
can get sick off of that.
You can get cheap
like, real
seafood,
quick.
Absolutely.
and you can.
Yeah.
There's a place here in town called Atkins
I've
Seafood.
heard great things. No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I thought you
yeah.
were about to shit on it.
No,
I've never been.
No, they own a commercial fishing charter in Galveston.
Oh, okay.
And they truck up their seafood every single day.
Yeah, I've heard great
Out
things
of
about that
Galveston.
place.
And
They have a new spot you can eat inside, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
more-
brand new spot.
Yeah, it's more like.
And then they have a
accessible to eat
fish
in.
market where you can go in and buy fish to take home and cook. But
I need to go there.
great food. But see, I would just rather go there than to like a Red Lobster.
Yeah.
I would rather go to Tomatoes and get my pizza rather than Pizza Hut or.
I'm on the same page as you, supporting like the smaller businesses.
Yeah.
But I'm also
Yeah, 'cause
You're a
I mean,
creature comfort. Creature of
you,
comfort.
You got the kids coming in there, 16, cooking.
Yeah.
You want that mom and pop.
But I do agree with you. When my kid is screaming, I want Olive Garden, it is easier. It's accessible. You can get in and out pretty reasonably. I mean, unless you go at peak time, or, you're going to wait. But I get it. I'm not a fan. Especially, like you said, what we eat here in America isn't Italian food.
Right.
At
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's our invention of it.
Yeah, it's our invention of it.
All right, I got a hill to die on. I got 2 quick ones.
Okay.
All right, mine. The United States government should dictate what a woman can do with her body. How about that?
that
Getting
escalated
hard.
quickly.
Going forward, okay?
Boy, the mood shifted quick,
Yeah, how
didn't
about
it?
that? Yeah, I don't think it's right.
Are you
They
sure
shouldn't
this
put
is
the
as
state
serious of a
rights-
topic as what we just discussed?
Yeah.
This is getting real, guys.
Are you sure you
okay?
can follow the
That's
topic we just had?
Let's
That's a
cover the
quick
real
one.
issues here.
Just want to get that out of the way. Second one I got: United States government should not make a deal for Brittany Griner. They should just let her sit there.
I agree.
You know what they're gonna do? No, it's for real. This is what they're gonna do.
I'm curious.
They're gonna make a trade, like a 1-for-1 or whatever for one, and they're gonna give up like a terrible war criminal arms dealer.
Did you not
in
hear the
exchange for
name of
Griner.
the guy?
Who do they want?
Did y'all? You know what I'm
I
talking
don't even
about?
know. I just
have no
know
idea.
this is what's gonna happen.
His name was like the Minister of Death or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
what they're
a guy
gonna do.
we have here.
Russia is notorious for doing that. They'll take a political prisoner, what they'll call political, and they'll say, all right, we'll make a 1-for-1 trade. Give us the baddest fucking dude y'all have in captivity. That's our guy. And we'll give you Brittany Griner. We're going to let
but
go
she's
like
not a political prisoner. She
well, she's
broke the
used
fucking
for-
law.
Oh, okay, but you know what I mean. She's
Yeah,
used for
no,
political purposes.
yeah, no.
So they're going to say, yeah, we'll give her back if you make this trade. And they're going to make that trade. They're going to do it. Instead, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
too?
Biden will do it.
If I went to Russia and I tried to sneak up, you think they're going to fucking make a deal for me?
No way.
But because she has a little bit of status, they're going to trade the Minister of Death
Or,
for her.
That wasn't
No,
the
dude,
name. It was
fuck
like
that.
some crazy
It's
name
something-
like
no,
that.
that's what they're gonna do. Like that's what Russia does. That's what like any kind of power like that would do. They'll make a trade 1-for-1. Yeah, we get Brittany Griner back, and they're gonna give back a guy that probably is like an arms dealer that probably like killed a fucking village of innocent people, and that's how they're gonna make the deal. That's how these things work. Russia's like the best in the world at that, you know. Like that's what Al Qaeda would always do. They'd be like, "All right, we got 5 Americans. We'll trade them back if you release all our political prisoners."
His name is the Merchant of Death.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna trade Brittany Griner for the
And
Merchant of Death.
his story,
Fuck that dude. She committed a
his
crime.
stats?
what's his stats?
What's his kill rate up?
His exploits inspired the Nick Cage film.
Oh, Lord of War?
Lord of War.
Wow.
He's
See,
an arms
that's-
dealer.
Told you they're gonna give a fucking arms dealer for Brittany Griner. That's exactly what they're gonna do, man. I didn't even know about what the guy's name was. I told Claire like 4 days ago. She already pled guilty. They're gonna say, okay, she pled guilty. She'll get time served. Now they're gonna make a swap 1-for-1. They're gonna get the what was it again? Merchant
Merchant of Death.
Merchant of Death.
10 years, just fucking sit it out.
Bro, you did the crime. You gotta do
And
the
then-
time.
and
Is that
then
what
they-
it is? 10 years?
That's what she's facing.
What the
10 years.
fuck?
And then they said like, oh, if this was LeBron, they tried to make it a gender issue.
No,
if
fuck
this
that.
was LeBron, he would already been back home.
LeBron would have said, "Hey, homie, you hold it for me." You know, you would have had a fall guy, like Chris Carter said. Be fucking smart. No, this is a joke I came up with. Trying to sneak out drugs from Russia is like driving through the Middle East with the picture of their prophet. You're just asking for trouble if you get caught. You know what I mean? You don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
You don't go to South Korea and like criticize the government. You don't go to Russia and break laws. You don't go to the Middle East and depict their prophet.
And not to mention that
It's just
Russia
fucking
has had
stupid.
this Marine named Paul Whelan for 4 years.
Yeah, we're not going to get him. We're going to get Brittany Griner. I'm sorry, dude. It's not about gender or
But
anything. It's the fact that we're trading a basketball player for the Merchant of Death.
But it's crazy, like how they're talking about it. They're talking about it like it's a fucking sports trade. They're like,
that's what it's 1-for-1.
they're
that's
talking
how they're going to break it
the
down.
Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner and that Marine
That's
Paul Whelan.
wild. Is that what? Is
That's
that
what
like
happens
we're
all the
offering
time.
or what they're asking?
That's
That's
what's going to happen, dude. That shit happens all the fucking time. Like
That's-
anytime ISIS took over, like these Christians that would go to the mills to try to convert them, they would capture them and say, "All right, we're going to cut their fucking head off unless you release all our Muslim brothers that are in captivity." And they would release big prisoners, and they'd say, "Okay, here's 3 Mormons back," and they'd run back home. They'd say, "Oh, great, we got these people home." Yeah, but you release these terrible people that killed innocent people.
Yeah.
That's just how that shit works, man. That's how they make these trades. That's like when they see. I bet they were licking their lips when they found out Brittany Griner has a little bit of fame to her, and she just broke the law. They're going, great. We're gonna really milk this. Yeah, why wouldn't you? If I can trade a nobody to me and I can get back one of my brothers in arms, hell yeah, I'm gonna make that trade. That's exactly what's gonna happen, dude. It's fucking stupid.
yeah. So
No, Brittany Griner, sorry, but you should stay in Russia for 10 years. It helps out humanity. You're trading one person for the eventual possibility death of hundreds or thousands.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
yeah, this dude was,
That's my hill to die
this
on.
dude was pushing weight in weapons.
Oh.
He was selling them to fucking.
That's actually a really good movie, too. I think Jared Leto was in it, too.
He was
That like
selling
his little
shit
brother.
to ISIS.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
fuck, man.
He works with the most terrible people in the world. He's going to come back like a martyr, like a hero. It's like, man, you did the time. You know, you kept your mouth shut, and we got you out. What a fucking badass. And we're going to get Brittany Griner back. And the world's a better place.
And then, there's a lot of people making posts like 2 years ago when Trump was in office, like she was sitting down for the anthem. And
Didn't she have a domestic abuse charge against her, too?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like she's a saint, dude.
Like
She's got
she was-
charges against
she
her
was
for putting
protesting
hands
the
on people.
anthem and didn't go to the White House. And
Well,
now she's asking.
That's
for
her
the,
choice. That's not breaking a law.
Now the government.
I'm fine
now
with that.
Now she's asking for the government's help.
Well,
It's
that's
like
a
you
good
hated
point.
the country 2 years ago. Now you want their help.
Well,
Getting her back.
I mean, those are all great points. I don't know. In my opinion, I'm sorry. I'll die on that hill that we shouldn't trade. And like, it doesn't matter if it was LeBron James. It doesn't matter if it was the president's son. I don't give a shit. You can't trade one person for a person that could potentially kill many, many more people.
Yeah,
Just so it looks good. And you can say, well, we got our person back. Hey, we
Yeah.
worked it out diplomatically. You know, we made a trade. Now you got fucking fleece and you let a war criminal go.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I
Back
mean,
to fart
it
jokes.
wasn't marijuana. I mean, it was fucking hash oil.
It was a little
It was
pins.
oil. Yeah.
And I get it. 10 years is fucking ridiculous, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
that's like I said, you don't smuggle drugs out of Russia.
Yeah, but
That's like,
out of all places. I
yeah,
mean, Russia's
out of
one
all
of the
places,
ones.
dude, Russia's going to be
Especially
so
at
strict.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we're
exactly.
going through.
You
Yeah,
know,
that shit.
they want you to do that so then they can go, great, now we have a bargaining chip. We can get something out of this. Don't go to fucking Russia and try to smuggle anything out, dude.
And Russia knows Biden's weak.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're going to exploit it.
Look at the timing of him invading Ukraine. He's been wanting to invade Ukraine for years. He was not going to do it under. He was not going to do it under Trump.
Oh, fuck no.
He wasn't going to do it under Trump. It just
Well, they were buddies too, though.
well.
And he's probably got blackmail. He got that P video on him.
What?
You ever hear about that? That
Trump peeing on somebody?
Trump getting. I think he was getting peed on
Oh,
in like a Russian hotel. They said he's been blackmailed by Putin.
oh, getting the golden shower, huh?
Yeah, man. Read it on the internet. It's true.
Gotta be true.
It's fucking true. I read it on the internet.
Gotta be true. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, sit it out. Can't do.
Sorry, dude.
What did Gruff say?
I don't agree with that.
Can't do the crime. Can't do the time. Don't do the crime. Gruff the crime dog. Wasn't
Yeah, I
that
say
him?
McGriff or McGruff. I think it was McGruff.
Yeah.
Wasn't that him? Gruff
With a fucking
McGruff.
trench coat. Looking
All right.
shady.
We're
Is it
coming
down
up
to
on.
what are you watching? What
Yeah,
are you
we're coming up
drinking? Or
on
what are you
3
drinking?
hours. I'm gonna. What I'm listening to. There's a podcast called Other People's Lives. It's basically like remember the old MTV show True Life?
Yeah.
I used to
Basically
love
like
that
an
show. That
audio
was a good
version of
show.
that. Like they'll just take people that have interesting lives or lifestyles, and they'll bring them on and they'll interview them. Like one was like, my mom is now my dad. One was like, my husband doesn't know I eat poop.
Is that your dad?
Yeah, just really interesting.
yeah.
It's like, fuck you, McGruff.
Sorry,
That's that bad boy Carter.
Oh shit!
Same
I love
day.
how it's back-to-back pictures. Too.
Yeah, it's the same day.
So
Fighting crime and then.
I love that. I love those two photos.
The only thing that can make it better is you see the McGruff guy with his little helmet off and he's fucking smoking with them.
Sorry, what were you saying, Matt? My bad.
I don't know. I was trying.
Well,
to
the one
find-
about eating poop,
yeah.
that was fucking gross.
Oh wait.
So, like,
Scat.
They call in, yeah,
oh,
they call in
this,
and
oh,
admit
this
their
is
weird
what
shit.
you're listening to right now.
Yeah. It's a podcast
Yeah,
called
dude,
Other
we gotta
People's
wrap
Lives.
this up. This is like 3 hours.
Other people's lives, and it's just like one was like, I have schizophrenia. One was on dissociative identity disorder. So this dude had like 7 personalities in his.
Oh, shit.
And so it's not always like sex related or gross related.
Yeah.
One was like, I married an inmate. They interviewed like somebody who was on ground zero at 9/11. So it's just different people, and they tell their story anonymously. One was like, I'm a catfisher, and she's been catfishing people for like 15 years. One was like, I'm a sugar baby, so she makes her living. She makes like $600,000 a year just being a sugar baby.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's just really interesting hearing all these stories from all walks of
Yeah.
life.
Have y'all ever heard Risk or the Moth Radio Hour? It's like the same thing, but it's not anonymous. But people get up on stage and like tell like their most wild story, their most traumatic or life changing moment. But it's not like you said, it's not anonymous though. It reminds me of that though. Where people really open up and share like their most whatever story they got.
And the other two are Defense Diaries. It was a lawyer. His dad was the one who prosecuted John Wayne Gacy, and then he prosecuted. Season 1 was about him kind of learning from his dad, and his dad prosecuting Gacy, and then season 2 was like one of his biggest, the biggest case he prosecuted. And then still my FC Dallas podcast. It's draft season, so Not going to tell you what I'm listening to, but you know.
It's kind of dry though. Like I'm waiting for training camp to start.
Yeah,
so
it's that
really-
period.
Yeah.
It's that dead period right before season kicks off. So
I think I gotta figure out which one you are listening to.
it's easy. It's like the top rated.
I was gonna say,
fucking
I just
show.
type in fantasy football and
Yeah.
like a couple show
Yeah,
up.
yeah. It's
I'm a
and then,
nerd and I still buy like my book every year. I got
the
like
paper. Yeah,
I got like the black book this year or whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, it's like an extra $3.
extra $3.
But it was like champions are made here. And I was like, it's goddamn time. 'Cause I'm a fucking Buffalo Bills at this point.
All right, I'm done with that.
All right, who's going? You want me to go?
Sure, you
I'll
go.
knock it out. What I'm listening to. Started this one today. It's called History is Us. It says there will always be something distinct about our present day, yet history haunts. American democracy is at a crossroads, and we'll have to decide what we really want, who we really are as a nation. This moment begs us all to look at our past, to help understand our present, and imagine a better future. And kind of like the gist of it is like, can America ever be like a multiracial democracy? Starting with like Reconstruction into Jim Crow, and it's just really interesting from a different point of view. Second one's Persona, the French Deception. They advertise that shit all the time. I don't know if anybody's ever heard it. I've heard it so many times because it's a Wondery and Pineapple Street Studios, and I listen to a lot of their podcasts, so they always advertise it. It's basically about a Frenchman who was like the greatest con artist of all time, and he would just, he was getting people for over like a period of decades and millions, tens of millions, and they said even the people that he conned, even though they know he's still a con artist, they say he's like a genius, and that they have no regrets falling for it. I mean, he's just like really fooled them, so it's very impressive. Last one was that Tapes from the Dark Side. I don't know if I recommended that to anybody, but did you get through any of the seasons? They had 3 seasons, and now they do a anthology where it's like one episode's a new episode every time, like a different story. Mm-hmm. So the first season was about that guy that killed his son because he found a video of his dad eating shit out of a diaper while dressed as a baby, and he was like he killed his son and get rid of the body, and it took him like years to find the body.
It was in Colorado, right?
Yeah, it's in Colorado. But the thing, why it's called Tapes from the Dark Side, obviously it's dark stuff, but they have like a really good like original audio from all this. So you get to hear like a lot of like in-depth, like what's going on real time. The second one was about the Waco Horror, which was about like a lynching that took place like 100 years ago, where like 10,000 people were there to watch it, and it just kind of shocked the nation that like that this happened. I mean, it was extremely fucking brutal, dude. I can't go into detail, but just like the most unimaginable like horrific death is what happened to this black dude. He's like 18 at the time. He might have actually been guilty. When they read the case out and the facts, they were like, he probably actually did it, but as soon as they rendered him guilty, the mob just came and took him out of the courthouse, took him to meet outside. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't the right... You're supposed to go to jail and serve your sentence. They just immediately killed him.
Yeah, what if it was like a Green Mile situation?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of was, but like I said, he probably actually did it. John Coffey was just trying to save them little girls. The third season was about like this family annihilator. What's that called? Filicide. And that was really fucked up because he just killed his whole family, and he just calls the cops. He's like, yeah, I'm out here. They're all dead. Come and get me. And then it's like the whole story of what led up to it. He killed like his grandkids. It was a grandfather. That's what's even rare. Like usually it's a mom or a dad.
Yeah.
This was a grandfather that killed his sister or his daughter, and like it was like 7 grandkids or something. It was fucked up. But then they did 3 seasons, and now he's like, now we're gonna do I think they called it anthology, where it's every episode's gonna be one different. So there's only like 2 of those yet, and they're honestly not that good. But the first 3 seasons were really good.
What's that called again? I'm sorry.
Tapes from the Dark Side.
Okay.
I also heard the new Arcade Fire album. I'm a big fan of Arcade Fire. I said it's not their best album in my opinion, but they've yet to make a bad album. So there's still like a really, several really good songs on there. What am I watching? The Boys. It's extremely enjoyable.
Have you watched the last episode yet?
I haven't watched today's episode.
Yeah, neither have I.
Also, I wanted to thank Matt and Butcher for really opening me up to the word cunt. I call everyone a cunt now. I've completely accepted that as an acceptable word. When I'm driving, I don't say it around Claire so much, especially around Ellie, but if I'm driving and someone cuts me off, like, you fucking cunt, you stupid cunt. And, I'm not sexist. I use it for women and men, old and young, whatever. It's all good. Everyone can be a cunt every now and then. What was I say? The Unexplained is on Netflix. It has William Shatner, but it's actually a really good documentary series because everything, it's like unexplainable cults or weather patterns or places or hauntings. So each episode have a different theme, but it's hosted by William Shatner, and he's just hilarious to me in that. He's like so funny without being funny because he tries to be serious, but it comes off hilarious. I watched that Maradona documentary on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Dude, that was really fucking cool. So it's basically all in either, what do they speak in Argentina? Spanish or Italian, because he played in Naples for so long. So like 99% of the movie subtitles, and it's like over 2 hours, but I loved it from beginning to end. Such a wild story. He seemed like a one-of-a-kind dude. He might be my favorite football player of all time now. It was just like such a cool story to hear. And last, two more. This is on Netflix too. It's the animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've been watching that with Elizabeth, not by myself. But it's the 2011 version. There's 2 out right now, and this is the older one, and it's extremely good. Very enjoyable. Like, even if you don't have kids, I would watch it. Obviously, if you're a fan. And last one, I'm gonna start the on FX, The Old Man with Jeff Bridges.
I watched the first episode of that.
Dude, it looks. I've heard it's nuts.
I thought it was a movie though, so like when it
You're
said
expecting a
episode
wrap-up?
2, I said, "Fuck, dude, I don't have time for a season right now."
Oh, I do.
But I like the first episode was really good.
I've heard it's really, and I've always liked Jeff Bridges.
Jeff
and-
Bridges is a boss.
Yeah, and I just heard like nothing but good things. And I started Umbrella Academy. I'm like halfway through that.
I watched the first season of that, but it's been so long.
Yeah,
And
I
now
think they're
I'm
on season 3.
Yeah.
It's good. I would put that at the bottom. The Boys to me is like my favorite show going right now. It's like I said, it's not my favorite show, but it's one of the most enjoyable shows I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I could just put it on any time and just pick it up, and it's fun to watch. What you boys got?
You want to go?
Yeah. I'll go. All right. So what I've been watching is, of course, you guys, Mild and Lazy. I mean, listening to. Sorry.
That's what's
So
up.
listening to you guys for sure.
First time that's happened.
He's probably lying about it.
No. I've only really have like 4 things that I'd listen to. So it's Mild and Lazy, Impulsive. I've been watching that every once in a while, just depending on who the guest is.
Is that Jake Paul?
The Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, Logan Paul. Joe Rogan, of course, and then Flagrant, because it's Andrew Schultz, and he's just fucking
Flagrant
just.
too. And
had-
Kosh is really funny too.
Yeah.
I've had like 7 people in the last 2 weeks tell me about that Andrew Schultz guy.
Yeah,
I've
he's-
had a girl at work send me videos, and y'all were sending me. I mean, I did watch one, and it was really funny. He's like, I think, didn't he not go with Netflix because they wouldn't let one of his abortion jokes stand?
Probably.
Which
Yeah, he
I
bought
fucking
it
love,
back,
dude.
and he's
No,
streaming
dude,
it
good
himself.
for him because
Yeah.
he has every right to make whatever joke he wants. I'm a firm believer in free speech as long as you're not, blatantly hate like Nazis. Fuck the Nazi speech. That's not free speech. That's hate speech. But you can make a joke about whatever you want, dude.
Yeah.
You want to make a joke about abortion?
Yeah, it's a joke.
9/11, whatever, dude. Make a joke. If you don't like it, turn it off.
He's like I feel like he's like one of the only modern comedians right now that can get away with the type of jokes that he says, just because he's sort of planted his flag of like, hey,
He stood firm.
Yeah,
he's not
I'm
budging.
saying
That's how you
this
gotta do it,
stuff.
man.
If you don't like
he
it,
has
you
every
don't
right
like
to make
it.
that joke. I'm fine with that.
Him and Chappelle.
Yeah,
only-
Chappelle as well,
Just
but
'cause he's got that
Chappelle's
clout.
been doing it for a long time. Whereas the Schultz
Chappelle's
guy,
reached like godlike status.
Yeah.
He could do anything except like murder someone on stage, and they'd be like, "It's Dave Chappelle." What are you gonna do?
Yeah. That guy stepped on there. So what I've been listening to is Lil Wayne.
like old stuff.
So yeah, I'll transition from like the older stuff, and you can kind of see like where it changes. Like his older stuff from like 1 and 2, Carter 1, 2, is more like gangster and like drugs and just gangbanging, right? But then when he gets into like Carter 3 and his mixtape, he's loose with it. He's having fun.
Is
He's
that when he started like wearing skinny jeans and
Yeah,
skateboarding
yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
We started drinking cop syrup with no symptoms.
yeah, and he's making all these these crazy lyrics. They're funny. They're fun. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of him.
So which one's better, 1 and 2 or 3?
I like 2.
Choose
the one, huh? Two's
the
it.
goat,
2, yeah, that shit gets me kind of pumped for like the gym and shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Michael McDonald kind of guy.
It's fun. They have like a
Doobie Brothers.
This is way back when before like right after high school. But Cisco and I would listen to because Lil Wayne put out the he'd had his 1 and 2 and 3 right, but then he like officially chopped and screwed his 1 and 2 CD like albums. And those are just as fun to listen to. But the song, a song that is 3 minutes long, ended up being like 9 minutes long. So it's like tough to like get all the way through. But it's really good. But I remember listening to the chopped and screwed version of Carter 2 so many times.
Is that what you've been listening to, bro?
No, I mean I was just gonna kind of skip what I was listening to. I listened to this podcast called like Run Bambi Run. I don't know if y'all heard about it.
I actually do have that saved, but I haven't listened to it yet.
It's pretty good. It was quick to get through. It's just about this supposed like attractive woman that was kind of like
Yeah, there it is. With the little bullet.
Yeah,
He's holding like a bullet. Yeah, it's got
sort
that
of
same-
like, how do I say this? Like, she knew she was attractive and like used it a lot, but then became a police officer,
It says it's on
and
Apple
then
TV, so probably have
her husband's ex-wife got murdered, and she got pinned for it, and she claimed till the day that she passed that it wasn't
you and Joe Rogan.
Oh, that's what's up.
it wasn't her, essentially. Yeah,
Listen to
Those are the only two I follow.
The Seduction
the seduction. Okay, I'll listen to that.
podcast.
Did you have anything else, Cisco, as far as watching or listening?
Okay. The only thing I've been watching or rewatching lately, and I've become a big fan of this lately. I guess because of COVID, like appreciating like all these writers and how they're going into these scripts and creating these characters to interact, and then love and hate different characters. But I've been watching King of the Hill,
I fucking love King of the Hill.
and I never realized how racist it was.
But they could get it. I mean, back in the day, you get
Yeah, you can get away with that shit. Like, who was it, Khan?
Yeah.
I remember he was calling Hank's son, Bobby, a skinhead. And, like, yeah, it was just funny. Like, just like the
You know they
jokes that
should be.
they're
I
making.
think they're bringing that back.
Are they
Oh, yeah?
really?
Mike
Skinheads?
Judge said, "Well, that's already back, brother. There's a fascist takeover in America right now, starting in Idaho." But no, Mike Judge said he's going to bring it back. It's going to be like present day.
Yeah.
So Bobby's like our age and Hank's like retired.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's gonna. I
That'd be
think, and Bobby married Con. I can't remember her first name, but the daughter.
Yeah.
Con.
Con
Oh,
Jr.
was it Connie?
Con
Con
Jr.
Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually really good.
Uh,
No relation actually. That was more like a Genghis Khan, I think.
And it was funny
Like
because
KHAN.
there's they have a barbecue, right? And it's Khan's barbecue. He's new to the neighborhood, and he's cooking on charcoal. And, Hank's trying to sell him on
Oh,
fucking
hell no.
propane. And they have the burger, and they're all eating the burgers like, man, this is good, right? And so they're leaving the barbecue, and they ask Dale, like, hey, why didn't you eat the burger?
I saw this one
You saw
recently.
that?
I know why.
And they look at the tree, and he's like, because I don't eat dog. And you look at the tree, it's just a fucking leash and the collar and the dog.
Yeah, because I think it was Bobby and Connie Jr. Somehow let the dog loose.
Yeah.
Oh, that was because Lady Bird was trying to hook up with
Yeah,
the
she
dog.
was in heat.
Yeah, the dog was wearing heat,
Lady
and so they
Bird.
got away. And they're like, yeah, he was like, I don't eat dog. And then they made this whole thing. It was like the whole episode was based around what was in the meat after
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But you get the joke of like the Chinese family cooking dog or whatever.
They do so
you see
much
all these
shit like that.
undertones. Watching it as an adult, you're like, oh shit, yeah.
Dude, I shit
That's
you
different.
not. We went to Ohana right here, that sushi place, the ramen place off the highway.
Aren't they closed now?
No, that's Osuba. They're back open.
They were closed though. The one right next to a Whataburger.
No, that's Osuba. Ohana on the service road.
There used to
Down.
be a funeral home.
No, funeral home's still in still in session, still open. It used to be
Used to be a catfish place,
Yes,
maybe.
yes.
Okay. Big difference between a funeral home and a catfish place.
but
I
it-
know.
the
I
meat.
know. I'm getting there. Just give
But-
me like 4 guesses.
But with Osuba having their health shut down, we were like, all right, we're not going there anymore because they found
Wait, that's the place.
right by Whataburger. They found.
Oh no, I like that place.
All right, so get this. So health inspector comes in, shuts them down. They put cones right up against the street,
Yeah,
so nobody
I
could
saw
pull in
that.
and read the report. Somebody went up, took a picture, leaked it online. They found rat droppings in the kitchen, rodent claw and teeth marks in the food. None of the sushi cases were working, so temperatures and fish and food in general is
Terrible
a big
combo.
fucking deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going back there.
Dang, I like that place though.
So we tried Ohana, which is over here.
Real
but-
quick though, that other place by like the gym and Urban Air, that's closed too, isn't it? I
No.
heard that place got shut down.
No.
Okay.
We just ate there.
Maybe somebody confused and told
Yeah.
me the wrong place.
Yeah,
Then.
yeah, that's Hibachi, and they're really good.
Okay, I really want to go there. The old Burger King, right?
Yeah, the old Burger King.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm such a fat American. You talking about the old Burger King spot now?
But-
They closed down the Burger King here in Waxahachie?
Oh,
yeah.
That one?
oh yeah,
They moved into
for
a
a
Walmart.
long time,
Oh, I didn't
and
know
then it's
that.
not even Walmart anymore.
It's not in the Walmart anymore.
No.
Oh well.
But we tried Ohana because we always talked about trying it. We've heard great things.
Mm.
So we're in there, we're eating sushi or whatever, and I shit you fucking not, I hear a cat meowing.
Like from the kitchen.
I fucking hear a cat meowing, and I'm like, Lauren, are you playing fucking cat noises on your phone? She's like, no, Landry's got my phone. Dude, I
You
look
go-
over and there's a fucking cat just chilling, like in a booth.
Was it like a bodega cat though? Like just hangs
Yeah,
out
at
like
least
the
it didn't
owner's
look
cat?
scared, I guess.
Yeah, does the
was a
cat like
kitten.
have cut marks on it and it's running for
And
its
I made a
life?
joke. I was like, cat. And then there's a fucking cat in the restaurant. So the King of the Hill wasn't too
Dude,
far off.
I'm so
No, that could be like the owner just like
it
chilling
was,
with his
it was
cat.
somebody's cat.
Yeah.
They brought it in, but I'm just like, why would you bring it?
Now, if you hear the cat
in
go,
restaurant?
"Rear," when someone pulls it back to the kitchen, yeah, I'm out.
Because I made a joke about them being like
Come here,
sourcing
you
their ingredients
delicious
really
creature.
fresh or something.
So
I'm done.
It's so ironic and funny that you said that because I forgot a huge part of Bloodsport and rewatching it is during all the Kumite fight scenes, there's a fucking like meowing going on in the background. I'm not joking you. That's so weird that you brought that up.
It's never explained.
I never explained. You can just Google like Bloodsport meowing and other people.
Other
hearing
people-
it. Yeah, but I'm like, because I have a cat, so I'm sitting there watching it. and I'm like, what? Like, is she meowing?
Your
Like,
cat's
where-
looking back at you like, yeah, I hear
where
this
is
shit
she?
too,
Yeah.
bro. What's up?
And I'm like,
It's weird.
over and over and over again. Every time they're in that
Yeah, it's
arena,
weird.
it's just meowing. It's almost like they had like a crowd track on loop, but there was like a random meow within the track, and they just kept
kept
looping
playing
it.
it.
Yeah, so just randomly. That's funny that you said that because I almost forgot about it. What I'm watching, I just wanted to say real quick because I brought it up a bunch of times with you.
Oh, yeah?
I'm waiting on someone to watch it so I can talk about it. But there's this Indian film on.
Oh,
I brought it up with
yeah,
you
yeah,
as
yeah.
well
You told me.
on
It's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
It's just called RRR, and I saw some like random like top 10 list of like movies to watch throughout the month, and it was number 2, and it was on Netflix. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot. It's 3 hours long, so it's a process to get like to start.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
But it's totally worth it, guys. I'm telling you. I wish that like I would love for us. I don't know what
time is
our
it?
times are looking at.
What time y'all gotta be home tonight?
Watch like 20 minutes of it after this, maybe. Like if y'all don't want to, that's okay. But there's just even the first few scenes will just will give it away. I wish that everyone listening to this, I could just watch it with you because it's honestly it's just like buddy. Not like buddy cop, but just this like bromance type Indian film where this one dude is trying. I don't want to give it away, but it's sometimes I don't know if you've seen online, but like those Indian action films where they're like sliding across the highway on top of a motorcycle and
I
like
have seen
dodging
that, yeah.
bullets and
I
stuff
have
like that.
seen that.
Ridiculous.
It's like ridiculous sort of action like that, and to the point like where you're sort of like really this is that. Oh, that's really cool. You know what I mean? Like you flip, you flip. It's like at one point, one of the guys jumps on the other guy's shoulders, and then they just go through just beating the shit out of everybody. Like it's really cool. And like I said, if we could just watch like the first 20 minutes of it, I'd be happy. But
I got a quick one for you.
definitely watch it.
What would you recommend though? That Triple R movie or that Everything All at Once?
Okay, so that another thing. Actually, I'll bring it. I went and watched. This beside the point, but I watched Thor: Love and Thunder yesterday. It was like the first day it was out. It was pretty good, but what I was getting confused with was I went and the new Doctor Strange multiverse thing came out on Disney Plus, and I saw someone compare or say that like if you want like everything that you expect in Doctor Strange multiverse, you get in everything everywhere all at once, or however you say it. It's like it's a better movie. You know what I mean? Like you have this Disney blockbuster and everything. It's like Doctor Strange are trying to promote it, and then you got this other movie that like
Small.
Which
little
did it
small-
better?
it did it way better. Like it is such a good.
That's
movie,
a good
and it's like-
little review for it then. Tell you it's everything you wanted in this movie, but better.
Absolutely, and I still like Doctor Strange, but mainly because of
Benedict
not the
Cumberbatch.
Phoenix, Scarlet Witch. She's
Oh.
just a complete badass throughout the
I'm
entire
more a Cumberbatch
movie.
myself.
I'm telling you, like if you watch it, you'll see that she's just a badass. But
You know that's what they call their fans?
Cumberbitches.
Cumberbitches, yeah.
I like it.
If y'all get a chance though, like definitely watch that every. I feel
Everything.
I think you had it. Everything, everywhere, all at once. I think
It's
that's
so
it.
good. It literally hits all these like emotional cues and
Yeah.
like also just being badass. Because I thought
I've had so many people tell me nothing but good things. Nobody has said a bad word about it.
It's literally
I'm gonna watch
it's
it.
very amazing, and I was lucky enough to see it in theaters. So
That's probably the way to go.
yeah, but you can watch RRR right now.
Yeah.
This you
Yeah,
would
it's on
have to
Netflix.
wait a little bit. So I would
I
suggest
looked after you told me, and they showed like a little clip, and it looked pretty wild.
it is. So I just want someone else to watch it so I can talk about it.
I need to check it out.
All right, somebody take Alex to Olive Garden and then watch a movie with him.
Yeah, please.
You'll be his best friend.
Dinner date.
I'll do it. I'll take that bullet.
Take the bullet.
All right. Is that it?
That ain't
Wait,
everybody?
Andrew had
Oh,
a question earlier.
I did.
Remember at the Jersey Mike's?
Nope.
What celebrities were going
Oh.
to fight? Yeah. In their
That was
primes.
just a random thought. All right, who's gonna win this fight? Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Dolph Lundgren?
Jean-Claude.
Ooh, okay, you going for the scrappy?
Dolph has like the most like on-screen kills, doesn't
Dude,
he?
Dolph is like. Have you seen what he is in real life? He's like a 4th-degree black belt.
Yeah, but does he do the splits and punch people in the nuts?
Yeah, but
Nobody fucking
is
killed
it black
Apollo
belt
Creed.
karate where he's just punching air?
No,
Yeah.
I'm taking Dolph Lundgren. He's my birthday bro. It's Dolph.
Yeah, I
Lundgren.
gotta go
He's an
Arnold.
MIT graduate. He's like a 4th-degree black belt. No, it's Dolph.
I'm going Arnold.
Arnold for brute strength.
Yeah.
Give me Van Damme.
Yes.
Oh, Van Damme. I thought he would be the ultimate wild card.
All right, so you're
He picked
you haven't
Van
said
Damme.
anybody. Oh, you picked
I
Van
said
Damme?
Van Damme.
Okay, so Van Damme wins.
Well,
it.
Van Damme it. All right, let's go.
Man, damn it. Alex, thank you so much. It's always good to have you around. Cisco, I hope this was everything you thought it'd be.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
But thanks.
Take this last shot as we're
Yeah.
going up.
All right. Well, for Matt,
And I'm Andrew.
we're out.
What time?
Like 3:20.
Golly, it's longer than Godfather.
It's longer than RRR.
It actually is.
RRR.
Really?
It's like, what are you gonna do tonight? You gonna watch The Godfather? You gonna listen to episode